Yo, 15 viewers already. What is poppin'? That scared me. Stephen Green, thank you so much for subscribing. You are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. What's good, Haley? What's up, Mike? Evil Defender. Michael Murray, what's poppin'? This pirate is here as always. Darkness and Masters are actually ducks. I'm calling it, bro. Get out of Nomura's head. He said, you either gotta start paying rent or you gotta get up out. That's what he said. He told me right now. He's chilling in the stream. What's up, Umbra? Good to see you again as always. Raging Clash is here again. What's poppin'? Moose Wayne is here. What is good, my boy? Tristan is here yet again. You guys can't hear it, but I'm in a Discord call and they're telling me to unmute it. I don't mind, but I want it to be civilized. Civilized. Okay. All right. There we go.
Say whatever I want.
Let's pop in. That is Jaden2602. You are hearing.
Wait, I thought you were gonna keep it muted.
Oh, I thought you were like, okay, let's go. I guess. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I say I can say whatever I want. They can't hear me, but guess what? All of you guys.
I turned off the desktop audio. He muted anyway. Yo, watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 5. Hey, the GOAT show. How are you enjoying it, Mike? Umbra's profile picture. You can't really see profile pictures as the streamer. It's hard to see. By the way, I might be appointing a new moderator this stream. So if you're somebody who comes out to the stream often, you may randomly find yourself being a mod now. I do have one thing. You do need to be in the Discord server to be a mod, though. So I'm going to be periodically posting this throughout the stream. They can't hear you, Jaden. Yes, I did. Juvenal Romero, what is poppin'? How are you? Raging Clash is always here. Oh, I know. Weird. Whatever. Hey everyone, what's up, KingdomAce? So what do you think Darkness and the Masters is? Hey, we getting to that, Donahue. I appreciate you coming through. We getting to that. I'm trying to make sure everybody, get their hellos. How are you? How your day doing? What's up, David? How are you? Good to see you again. Levi is here once again. Thank you. Michael's here. What's up? Just pre-ordered Cyberpunk 2077. I think it should be out now. 2077. Oh, it's Papa Near. I couldn't even tell, bro. Papa Near is goated. I think his voice actor really made the role better. Those you guys, I don't remember the guy's name, unfortunately, but just related with something you guys know, Papa Near is also voiced by the guy who does Sojiro in Persona 5. His voice is goated. He did that role really well. And the game just coming out. We gotta make sure, it's gonna be all good. I guess I have to try it before I assume. Yeah, just wait for it to be out. I looked up the Master's voice actor, Tomokazu Sugita. I know now the Master is in fact Joseph Joestar. That's GOAT. The Master is Joseph Joestar. I feel like he was the perfect Japanese voice actor for him. Joseph being as snarky as, as goofy as he is, yet has that serious undertone too. I feel like he was one of the perfect people to actually get it for. Let me put a different song on here because this song doesn't loop well. I think that's why I have two versions of this song. But let's put on some Chrono Trigger. Screw that. Put on some Chrono Trigger. Let's go with the Black Omen. I know you guys hear this. You've heard this already. I don't have Lucas theme downloaded right now. So let's put the Black Omen on. I love that song. It's great. Jameson Price. Ah, okay. Yes. He's a great voice actor. Great. I just love open world games is all. I love open world games too as well. sometimes they're a mixed bag for me. When they're good, they're fantastic. When they're bad, they're worse than normal. So it's like, oh, you're back. You're back. I
Wait.
boss fight against Master of Masters, and the battle theme is End of the World. Be kind of, bro, if that freaking happened, bro, imagine the final boss theme, or they go to Near World and they hear Weight of the World. The stream can hear you now, by the way.
What if I pull my tooth out?
It would hurt.
That's gotta come out, bro. I can't do this no more.
Props to your Joker mask in the background. Thanks. It costed me $80.
$80 for a mid game.
For a mid game. I mean, I also got this giant box. So
Didn't that take like 3 weeks to come in?
No, this one actually came in the day after. 7 Remake took like a week after it came out to actually get here.
Keanu Reeves at the Game Awards again. Let's go.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Again? Was he there last year?
He was at Microsoft's conference.
I don't know. I'm wondering if how they're gonna do things. There's gonna be a new Replicant trailer tomorrow at the Game Awards, so that's gonna be really cool to see. Hopefully, we get to see some more familiar faces. Does original Final Fantasy VII count as open world? I'd say an aspect of it is. You can go wherever you want on the map, as long as you have the means to actually get there. I wouldn't consider not being able to reach this specific island because you don't have a boat as not being open world, because just like in Breath of the Wild, you might not be able to swim to this island, but you might be able to get there another way, or you might be able to get there later on when you gain a new ability or something.
Open world games, like just any game that has like a lot of like levels or a lot of like I guess places to go to could be considered open world. I remember back in the day, open world games were like strictly defined as games without loading screens. It's funny how that's changed.
Yeah. I hope Laura Bailey comes back as that half shade lady. I forgot her name. Laura Bailey played as what is her name? Here. What was the name? Well, I know she played as Kane. Are you talking about Kane?
Ghost Tsushima Game of the Year.
Abby? Wait, what? Oh, Ghost of Tsushima better win Game of the Year. I don't know what's gonna win Game of the Year, honestly.
There already one player's voice. That's a good thing. I want a Xenoblade though, but
Have you finished P5 Royal yet? It's true villain, no spoiler, it's fantastic. I have not finished P5 R yet. I've played through Persona 5 3 times, and I unfortunately was dumb enough to play through the game shortly before it came out. So I finished it like 2 weeks before Royal came out, and I did not feel like playing it. I got to Madarame and stopped, and then I just didn't play it for months. And I picked it back up around July, maybe August, and I played all the way through to like the casino. Kaine. I always see Kane and think Kaine because I know she has the hyphen over the E, and it's Kaine, not Kane. What's good, AJ? This song you're hearing right now is The Black Omen from Chrono Trigger. Composed by Nobuo Uematsu. I think Kaine was really funny though. The way she would just swear, it was funny. Mom and Darkness are John and KingdomAce. I don't know how I feel about that. What's your favorite palace in P5?
Answer.
He wants me to say the pyramid.
There's two answers.
I mean, I like them, but it's like none of them blow me away, I guess. I don't know. You like, I don't know what other one you really like.
Hey, bro, don't worry about it. Just say the right answer.
I don't have a favorite character in Persona 5 since I don't really care for any of them. If I had to choose, it would probably be Kawakami. Kawakami is easily like my favorite character in that whole game, but no one really of the main cast. I know she's not really important, but
You gonna say the worst palace is
I don't think that's the worst palace.
the spaceship one.
I don't think that's the worst palace.
What's the worst palace to you?
Probably the casino. Casino's kind of annoying.
I can see how it could be annoying on repeat, but my first time through it, I jumped this way.
Yeah, for KH4 calling it now, we'll never see Tomb Raider and Just Cause franchises. I don't really see that happening. I could see other JRPG properties showing up, but I'm trying not to spoil a video I'm working on. But I think I found a way for Square Worlds to still work perfectly. While even if they completely took out Disney Worlds, they can still perfectly keep Disney in Kingdom Hearts, even if they didn't have any of the worlds in it.
Use them as cameos like they do some of the other characters.
Shut up, you're not supposed to talk right now, bro.
I'm sorry, I heard like a
Crazy.
sentence.
I just heard a sentence and I responded to it. Yesterday, that live stream you were in the middle of, and there were 5 police cars because somebody got shot. Is that everything going okay today? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, it happened midstream, so I was like, what the freak? So I was like, everything seems to be fine. There wasn't no blood on the ground, so I mean, I guess it'll be alright. But nobody's come by our house or anything to question things, so. Ace, what's your favorite anime opening? Shouldn't ask me that. I couldn't possibly pick one favorite. I could probably pick a few that I really, really, really like. I love the Steins Gate openings. I love Hacking to the Gate, and I love Fatima. Fatima being Steins Gate 0 opening, and Hacking to the Gate being the original Steins Gates opening. I love JoJo openings. The Fighting Gold from Part 5 is freaking amazing. Every Part 4 opening is amazing. I love both openings of Rising of the Shield Heroes. Those are really good. As weird as it sounds, it's not an anime opening, but it's an anime ending. It's called Life by Yui. It's one of the outros, the endings for earlier on in the Soul Society arc in the rescue. The only place that blew me away was the casino because the design and writing behind it was great. I think the writing is really good. The casino is my favorite palace too. I think it's just complex, bro. My brain do not be trying to catch up with these things. Just like I be saying, bro, it doesn't matter how many times I be playing these games. I've been playing Link's Awakening for 20 years and I still don't understand how Turtle Rock works, bro. I can't. No,
See,
I get stuck on it every
you know,
time.
For me, it's the music that carries it.
I mean, yeah, but when you hear it for hours because you be lost and not know where to go, I don't even think the thing is that I feel like I did in Royal. I feel like Royal was where I got lost. The thing is, I feel like it felt so grating because Persona 5 is so freaking easy that like the battles just feel like they're constantly going. And if most rooms the enemies don't respawn. But if you leave a barrier, then the enemies respawn on the side you just left. So when you're not fully sure on where to go, because the design layouts of the dungeons are different in Royal, I feel like it's nowhere near as straightforward as it was before. That making it better because there's more complexity to it. But then again, when you have a brain like mine, you have to start realizing these things that sometimes Google is your best friend. Also, my favorite character is Akechi. Yes, you read that correctly. I'm hearing people say that after playing Royal, because I can't really see how someone's favorite character would be Akechi from the original game. I honestly couldn't see it. I honestly think he's probably, like, based off the original game, I think he was one of the worst characters in that game. And honestly, and that's saying a lot because I don't care for that many of the characters, but they all easily outclass him. Easily.
I don't hate him, but I think I had a better experience. I didn't realize the pancakes thing.
I realized that as soon as I heard it. And I feel like, because I was like, am I not the only one who realized that? Because like me and my friend Bruce N, you saw me tweet out I was wearing his merch earlier. Him and I were playing through the game together, and him and I noticed it immediately, and we were just like, please don't let that be the case, please. The whole game, dude.
Is he doesn't have a normal confidant. He just has the auto progress story one. It seems like the one he gets in Royal, everyone says is really good.
I've hit the limit of what you can do with it right now until you progress the story, and it is much good? Yeah, it is actually good. It is.
I'm never probably ever gonna play Royal. I don't feel like playing that game again, but that's cool.
You see, when Atlas owns your wallet, these things happen.
I stopped playing that game because of Shido's Palace, that mouse puzzle. Now that palace is confusing. There's all these little mouse tunnels and turning on statues and turning them back off just so you can progress. I don't like that.
Hey, Miss Pirate, I won't go on about things I hate. Yeah, I know it's a popular on YouTube to go on with things I hate. Jaden knows I like talking about things I hate, but at the end of the day, people ain't trying to hear that, and I ain't trying to get dislikes on the stream already. Someone already disliked it before the stream even started, so I ain't trying to make people that mad. So
hey,
you know,
bro, they knew you were gonna talk about P5.
The thing is, you can't bring up P5. Like, I mean, I showed off the case, but then people started asking me questions about my thoughts on some things. So it's like, all right, well, okay. That is the Black Woman
I'm not
here.
the only one who,
what's up, Mirror Limit?
the mouse puzzle.
What's your top 3 favorite anime? Whoo! I don't think I've ever done a top countdown of my favorite anime, but 2, I mean, immediately that are my favorite, Steins Gate and JoJo. Those are easily the top 2. That there's a wide margin beneath the others, but I'd probably say ReZero is the 3rd. ReZero is that phenomenal. What's up, Gio Bordone?
Is there dub out for that?
Yes. It was an absolutely fantastic. You absolutely should. I would recommend watching the 2nd season with somebody because it might mess you up. It won't mess you up Evangelion level, but it gets pretty freaking disturbing. It gets pretty bad.
Disturbing in what way?
In a psychological way. If you're a kind of person who puts yourself in a character's shoes when you watch or play something, then it'll probably mess you up. And I am horribly bad with that. I am very guilty of doing that. And when I would put myself in Subaru's shoes, it will mess you up, dude. It'll mess you up. The thing is, like, from the outside, people just think of ReZero. Oh, waifus, Rim, all these things. And I mean, yeah, that's a part of it. But I wouldn't even say this show is about romance at all.
That kind of reminds me of the Evangelion people that shill, all them characters, and I was kind of like, wow.
Like, because the thing is, when you first meet Rem, it's kind of like whatever. But something happens at the very beginning. It's kind of like, how could I ever like you? There's literally no way. Because like when I got to that part, I was like, how do people shill this character? There's literally zero way. Like, she's cute, but that's it. There's no way people could like this character. And then it hits you. Anybody who's seen ReZero, you know exactly the scene I'm talking about. That made Rem probably the best female character in anime to me. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And in that same scene, Subaru becomes one of the worst male characters in all of fiction. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, dude. It's bro, I wanted to punch this man. I remember seeing that for the first time. I was watching on my phone. I was at the gym, and I literally yelled, "You gotta be kidding me!" in the whole gym, bro. I mean, people didn't. I mean, like one or two people looked, but it seemed like people weren't focused on me. So I mean, that's okay. But I was still like, "Ooh, I hate this man. I hate this dude, bro." But yeah, we're not gonna spoil Royal or not like that. Nah, I can't. I couldn't spoil you even if I wanted to. Yo, Ace, what would you want to see right away when the High Republic comes out? Would you want to see more Jedi, or step away from that, focus on new factions, whether good, bad, or neutral? I mean, I don't really care about if it's focused on Jedi or not, as long as the story is good. I'd rather, instead of it being focused on Jedi, I'd rather something more focused on Sith, just because if you have to make it about lightsabers and stuff, I would rather it be more focused on a type of story we haven't had yet. So that would be me. You could make it about the time.
Like, the Old Republic is good with that anyways. Look at Revan, for instance.
Yeah, exactly.
Sith and Old Republic have so much to them.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And the thing is, you wouldn't know about that unless you have experienced the Old Republic, or maybe you read some of the books. That's the only medium that it's ever been through. So the knowledge of that kind of story even being possible for Star Wars is very, very limited. So that's why it's like, if they were to go that route, I really hope they go that route. The High Republic is going to happen. We already know. It's been confirmed. But if they are going to go with another type of show, then I would rather it be about Sith probably the most. I'm not too sure what kind of thing we would want. I mean, we already have the Mandalorian that kind of fills in a Mandalorian show and a bounty hunter kind of show.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if you want non-Jedi stuff, we've gotten a lot of that. We got Rogue One, Darth Vader at the end, but really he's not the focus of that movie. Mandalorian, you got one episode with a Jedi, you'll probably never see her again. And you got Han Solo or Solo. Like, we got a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with Jedi. So I feel like we're getting a lot of that right now.
Yeah.
Sony, well, Crunchyroll is about to go over to Sony's Funimation for 1.2 billion.
Yeah, I saw they bought it, so it's like, Verve's about to come back then. So it's like, this will just make it easier. Crunchyroll does dubs too, but they don't do nearly as much.
Not have enough dubs.
Yeah.
Grey Jedi, got Ahsoka right there. Make Ahsoka show. Done. Grey Jedi.
Yep.
She's technically not a Jedi, so.
Yep. Hey, this man spitting facts. Hey, KingdomAce, what do you think happened to the player of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross? Part of me still considers the player canon, considering the story adds to the plot of the story. At the end of the day, the player is canon, but at the same time, they're not really important to the story whatsoever, because take them away or not, the events of Union Cross still happen. The fact that they're there is canon, because of course, Ephemer introduced your character to the other Union leaders. They went back and saved you from the Keyblade War. All that stuff still happened. But at the end of the day, that doesn't affect what's going on with the Union leaders, because your character isn't a Union leader. If they were to make it to where your character was a Union leader, that would have made things way more, serious, and how they would do things would be a lot more complicated. But if they were to go and make, say, an Unreal Engine 4 based movie, kind of like Key Back Cover, if they were to go and do that for this Union Cross this time, they wouldn't even put the character in it. I promise you they wouldn't, because if they want to tell the story of Union Cross, your character isn't necessary. That is if you consider it.
Princess of Heart.
I mean, you're right. Just got into anime recently, so I have many to watch and not enough time to watch it all. Bro, you are in a glorious time of life. I definitely have been there. So you are needing to make sure you enjoy it. Images coming on screen real quick. I need to wipe my eyes.
Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts talk gets me excited.
Yeah, I mean, some people who don't know nothing about Star Wars trying to say Star Wars wouldn't work in Kingdom Hearts. Yes, it would. I don't see how you can have seen or experienced all of Star Wars and not think that. Literally, you can tell a lot of Kingdom Hearts was inspired off of Star Wars. So it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
And like the bare minimum, all you have to do, put Donald, Goofy, and Sora in the Death Star. That made Luke see Obi-Wan die. Boom, you leave. Fight Darth Vader. That's it. Leave. Sora learns his lesson about the good and dark side or something.
Yeah, I feel like as long as the characters of the world are able to teach Sora a lesson, that's all that matters. Even if they're not specifically trying to teach him a lesson, but the events of that story end up teaching him a lesson that's somewhat relevant to his adventure, that's all that matters. And that's very easy to do. Very, very easy to do. I can understand Star Wars not being in this particular arc because, again, light and darkness don't exist within the universe of Unreality. So having Star Wars now would kind of feel like, series that...
Great.
Yeah, but I mean, a character that knows of light and darkness, because it's hard to not bring up light side and dark side in Star Wars if it revolves a Jedi at all.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, at the very least, let's do a Death Star Gummy-ship mission.
I don't get how people could play Minecraft alone on a console. I don't get how people could play Minecraft at all. Oops, I didn't say that. I'm on Terraria. I'm on episode 4 right now of ReZero, but I'm pretty sure I've seen memes of it. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I got into ReZero because I thought Rim was cute. That was legit the only reason I got into it. I didn't know what it was about. I don't know if you know anything about what it's about, but Jaden, but it's really, really cool. Those of you guys that not necessarily time travel, yes, but technically no. Netflix description, basically, main character gets isekai'd into a fantasy world. You can tell he's a weeaboo, and he ends up dying the day he gets there. But then he ends up coming back to life as if he reloaded a checkpoint. And he realized now that whenever he dies in this world, he will be it'll reload a checkpoint.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah, it was actually like when I saw that first episode, because the first episode is technically like an hour long or 40 something minute long. They actually re-released the anime. You don't have to watch the re-release. I'm not even sure they dubbed the re-release, because they kind of did was rework some scenes that make them just look better. And honestly, they do look better. But I don't remember if they dubbed it, because they did it just in time for the season 2 to come out. So I'm not sure they even cared about doing it at that point, because the regular season 1's already dubbed, and the big differences aren't that different. It changes the ending slightly, but it shows that new addition in episode 1 of season 2, so it didn't even matter anyway. So, but in the end, I still think it's fine, whatever, Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Akechi is horrible. I just genuinely, there are too many things that I don't like about him, to where even if the good things about him are shown, I don't care, kind of thing. A Rev and Bane TV series, they're both canon. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Disney, hire me. You watched the Mando, by the way? Of course, absolutely. I'm caught up and I'm waiting for that next episode. I need to know what happens. And so, what do you think of the ending of the latest episode? Without spoiling, I thought the ending of the next episode is very much a perfect way to set up a crossroads for our little green friend. I think if they're really going to go about making this take a darker turn, if you catch my drift, this would be how they do it, especially because a certain lovable character from the previous episodes did warn Mando about this being possible. So if they end up making this happen, that would be a very, very cool thing. I mean, it'd be horrible, but it'd be really cool. That's what I think. Hey, yeah, one more, Sid.
You think you're a Star Wars content creator? We got some Star Wars fans in here.
Oh yeah, bro. I can talk about Star Wars. I've been a fan of Star Wars before I was probably even a fan of Zelda. Like I promise you, I bet you I watched Star Wars. I promise you, I probably watched Star Wars before I could talk. I promise you, just because my dad was a huge fan. Yeah, it's always been there. It's been there longer than Mario been in my life, bro. It's crazy. Not spoiler for Royal, by the way. What about Great Jedi? Yeah, we talked about that. How do you think they would handle a Star Wars world in Cage if they ever made one? Considering all the different plans, I feel like it'd be challenging to do it all in one. See, I actually have a video coming out soon about this topic, but in a way to not spoil the video, but still answer your question, give you a little sneak peek. Star Wars is a bigger universe than most people give it credit for. There is no one particular way they can specifically specify Kingdom Hearts for a Kingdom Hearts world, but in that same sense, it gives them the freedom to do pretty much anything they really wanted to. They can make an original world in Kingdom Hearts be a Star Wars world. You could make it to where characters that have never appeared in any Star Wars be in Star Wars. That's the kind of potential a Star Wars world really has. And you can still have the same type of themes be presented while still representing itself as Star Wars. But if they really wanted to not make it original and obviously cash in on the characters we know and love and stuff, they could easily just make it based off of some of the properties that don't necessarily require as much work. I think Clone Wars is a primary example of making stuff work. Because Clone Wars episodes are way more digestible. You can make it about an arc that is smaller and can be resolved within an hour or two of playing. So, I mean, you could easily do something like that. Or you can make it Clone Wars focused and make it a Clone Wars story we hadn't seen before. Because Clone Wars is already an anthology. Adding another story to Clone Wars now in Kingdom Hearts wouldn't make a difference. That's something they could easily do.
A lot of people argue that Star Wars is too big. And honestly, the way people think of Star Wars, oh, they're jumping from planet to planet, doing all this stuff. It doesn't gotta be like that. But if you wanted to, you could do it a similar way how Pirates of the Caribbean works with the sea, where there's different islands and all this stuff. So the world doesn't have to be that big in Kingdom Hearts, just believable enough for going from planet to planet. It doesn't necessarily have to be by a ship you actually control.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, they can literally go and meet up with the original trilogy gang and then end up helping them out by invading the Death Star. But by that, they leave the ship of where they originally landed and board the Millennium Falcon, with them and help them, out in space, or even get in their own little X-Wing and stuff and help out for a dogfight that's kind of structured like the Gummy Ship missions, but is instead an X-Wing. Do you know how raw that would be? That's raw. So it's like, or they can have them boarding the Death Star specifically, and once the Death Star seems like it's about to blow up, you can have them go and escape. They have to fight their way out of the Death Star, get in an X-Wing and escape. That you could easily do something like that. I mean, that's raw. Star Wars has that much potential. People don't realize it. People just it works.
Between Luke and Sora, that'd be gas.
Dude, do you know how original trilogy Luke?
Yes.
Conversations between Sora and him would be amazing. I would love to see those two talk. I would love to see it. What's up, Cavern? I'm streaming, talking about Kingdom Hearts possibilities and all that stuff, reading chat. Wait, Okay, yeah, but those were my thoughts, Umbra. Princess Leia could be a Princess of Hearts. Definitely could. I want a live action Ahsoka series. I would definitely love it. We might even be getting one anyway, because they're most certainly going to make a sequel to Rebels. Without spoiling, another certain show on Disney Plus has already kind of hinted this, just as the rumors had kind of predicted. It seems like they're really going to go about doing this. Imagine a Star Wars world in our style of Clone Wars. That'd be so raw, especially if it's like season 7 of Clone Wars. Raw. I feel like they have to make Unicross an MMO right now. I mean, they could, but it's already an MMO technically. So it's like, I mean, you can do mission solo just like how you can do mission solo in any MMO. But at the same time, there are plenty of multiplayer elements of it too, so that you can play with people all around the world. So I miss Rim, bro. I need more ReZero right now, dude. Have Rosario Dawson continue her story and maybe find a particular Jedi. That's what I'm about. I love Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts. You and bro, y'all are saying this in my chat right now, but I've said it in videos. I've seen y'all crucify me. Seems like a lot of my viewers, at least in videos, they don't like Star Wars. They don't know nothing about Star Wars. That's like asking for Mario in Kingdom Hearts. They don't like that. So it's like, I don't know. Jedi are no different than the light. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, and the thing is, you could literally call Jedi and, Keyblade wielders of light, the same type of people. And of course, not all of them necessarily use those powers for good. Like Ericus was apparently a warrior of light, a Keyblade wielder who, obviously loves light, but he was still willing to kill a child just to avoid something bad from happening. I mean, regardless, he was still willing to. Yeah, I mean, he was kind of spitting. I mean, he was kind of spitting. He said he wanted, end the tyranny of light and recreate the balance between light and darkness. I mean, he's kind of spitting there. I mean, light is a tyranny at Kingdom Hearts, because if you had to choose between a world of light and a world of darkness, most people would probably choose a world of light. So it's like, and I ain't talking Smash Bros, but so it's just like that's what I would choose personally. That'd be me. Like follow up to Rebels and also tie into the Mandalorian, that'd be great. I mean, most of us assumed, based off what the rumors had before the episode came out, that certain Mandalorian episode would lead into a pilot of a Rebels sequel. Whether it's live action or not, I couldn't care less. I just want that story continued. I just do. Imagine Sora using the Force. Imagine. I mean, I think he probably could. I mean, he's the chosen one. Why not?
I just want a lightsaber keyblade.
A lightsaber keyblade. Y'all have seen it on Google. Look it up. Y'all seen them. There's so many of them on Google, bro. That'd be so raw. That'd be so raw. I'm still on the fact that it won't work because of EA, but then Disney would say no. We want it in KH. The thing is, EA is over Star Wars games. Having Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts that is none of EA's business. EA does not own Star Wars. If Disney says put Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts, there is nothing EA can do about it. Besides, again,
I'm sure their contract's about to be up soon anyway.
Yeah, so even then, the contract wouldn't stop it anyway, because having Kingdom Hearts and Star Wars would not make Kingdom Hearts a Star Wars game. So it wouldn't matter. But again, with their contract about to be up anyway, by the time a game is likely going to come out anyway, especially, then it wouldn't matter again. So, oh, I get it. Midi-chlorians are the heart. Yeah.
Don't say that.
Haley, why did I read that in freaking Sora's voice? Come on, dude. Why did I do that? Maybe a Star Wars world could be a gummy ship based gimmick world. I mean, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like if they were to do, a space battle in Star Wars world, they could literally make it a gummy ship. Whether they have them in an X-Wing or just have them in the gummy ship flying around, Luke would be like, what the freak is that? Flying around over here. What the freak is that? I've never seen a ship like that. I mean, I'm new to this pilot thing, so, it's only my third day out here.
Look at those keyblades I put. That is wrong.
That's pretty raw. I mean, it makes no logical sense how they could do the second one. How did the light form a key shape? But it'd still be raw.
Hey,
It wouldn't
man.
matter.
Kylo Ren's lightsaber is a sword, so like a literal sword.
And the dark saber. How does that make a specific sword shape at the top? How does that happen?
I don't know, but I'm about to find out because I'm pretty sure there's an answer.
Okay, so I looked up Latin for light. It's called lux. It is. They ought to make you use the gummy ship to take down the Death Star. Changing the canon. Nice.
Alright. It said it was made because it was supposed to be a vibro blade, but I don't understand how that works.
That last picture. You're right, Larry. What's up, Oliver? Good to see you again. Let's do it. Ace, me, you, and others talked about on Discord. What type of character would you want to be in what kind of character would you want to be in Star Wars? If I were to make my own Star Wars OC, which I've never done surprisingly, I would probably make a Twi'lek Sith, and they'd be like green maybe, and they'd have like dark shadowy eyes, and they would probably use 2 backhanded red lightsabers. That would just be pretty freaking, be dripping. Honestly, have we seen a red Twi'lek? Can Twi'leks be red?
Yeah,
We need to have red Twi'lek Sith.
there's actually a red Twi'lek Sith.
Is there already? Come on, bro. I need it.
Talon.
I should have copyrighted that, bro.
Hey, look at that.
What is raw? And it's a girl. Raw.
Never mind. I was gonna say something, but I can't say that.
Also, the Jedi, in my opinion, are just as evil as the Sith. I wouldn't say that they're just as evil. The Sith's evil is equal to the stupidity of the Jedi, is what I'd say. The Jedi much should have seen the events of the future coming to pass. I know their judgment was clouded because of a lot of things, the deception, of a certain character. I'm not going to spoil. I know,
Dumb.
yeah, I know. I mean, the thing is, they all felt dumb, and the thing is, they felt something, but they couldn't really pinpoint what it was, and they didn't start seeing it until the roots of his plan were too deep. There was nothing they could do.
Really wrong on
But even then, there were still a couple of choices that were made that could have been changed and could have been different. Like if Anakin just stayed at the temple. If Anakin just stayed at the temple in episode 3, when Mace Windu and them went to go chop Saki Chook, if they went, as soon as they went to go do their thing, if Anakin stayed there, that would have been it. Whole original trilogy wouldn't have happened. Promise you, it would have been that different. Little things like that would have been different.
it. Literally said, "Nah, Mace Windu, move."
New Mace Windu move. Kind of like Fallen Order. Fallen Order was so great.
A lot of people don't like the ending, but it's like, what else could they have done? But I
People
think
probably wanted a certain character to not make it. That's what they wanted.
probably.
I kind of felt the same way, but I've sat on it for months now, and I'm kind of like, you know what? This just means they can make a Disney Plus show about him now if they really want to. And put him in The
Definitely
Mandalorian.
was almost a pointless journey, but the thing that happened at the end was so cool that I don't even care.
Like, imagine at the end of The Mandalorian season 2, the Jedi that comes is Cal.
Yo,
That would be
and the
raw,
actor
dude.
can play him 'cause it's
Yeah.
Yo.
Be raw.
Alright, they did that on purpose.
They did that, bro. Sometimes I'd be thinking, like, dude, they planned this out, bro. They planned this out.
Crazy.
What's up, Cody Curtis? 24-hour stream. Woo, 24-hour stream. We ain't doing no 24-hour stream. You know what happened to me?
You have to
I-
donate $1 million bucks.
You'd have to donate $1 million, bro. you have to donate $1 million. We are going to be live for the Game Awards. Your boy is an official co-streamer for the event. So you guys will be able to catch us live, including the people you hear in the call right now. We will be streaming the event. I'm not sure everybody's going to be streaming the event, but I will be streaming the event, so you guys will be able to see it as well. Do I have alerts on? Okay, yeah, I do have alerts on. Just want to make sure. Sometimes it turned itself off for some strange reason. But yes, I will be doing streaming the event. I have already posted the event link. I should probably repost it. Let me catch that link real quick and hit him. Let me hit y'all with the guava juice. Boom, bam, bop. There. I got y'all. I meant to put this at the beginning of the stream. Those of you guys, I know some of you guys have been looking for ways to financially support the channel more, because I told you guys that I don't really use Patreon because I don't feel like I'm at a point where I really need Patreon, or more like I don't feel like it's normal for a channel my size to have a Patreon. So if you guys want, the best way you can support me financially is donating to this specific link. That is Streamlabs, the official Streamlabs website. They're the ones who, allow me to do, put you guys' names on the screen and stuff, and the animations that pop up. Anytime you see a streamer that has those kind of animations or anything like that, where it shows your names on stream because you subscribed or anything like that, it's because of Streamlabs. So, and most people stream through Streamlabs programs like Streamlabs OBS and stuff like that anyway. So if you guys wanted to donate that way and not let YouTube steal most of your money that you're trying to donate to a specific creator, you can donate right there, and it will be pinned because Jaden showed me how to do that today. So it will be right there whenever you guys do want to check that out. Game Awards was rigged, huh? Oh yeah, Jaden is going through with his tooth right now. Midi-chlorians. You're right. I love the Grid and Cage, so I would love a Star Wars world. I mean, I guess they're similar. Star Wars got a world, it'd probably be a ship. Wait, what?
You really had 9.3K yesterday?
No. Probably like 48 hours ago.
Same thing.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think that much, but I probably had more than that, because it says I gained like 700 in like the last 28 days.
One step closer.
New sub, Josh Girmay. Let me know if I mispronounced your name. I don't want to be mispronouncing your name the whole stream, but you just became a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. While I am doing this now, I should have said it in yesterday's stream when we had like a freaking 100 people. I am working on merch. You guys have not stopped DMing me about it. You guys have not stopped, letting me know in comments and stuff like that. I've seen it. I already technically have merch that's always in the description box of pretty much every video I do, but that merch kind of whack. I want to make good merch now, and I am in talks with the artist of my avatar that you guys know and love, just to get proper permission and stuff. And once all that stuff is done and squared away, I can launch merch. I technically could launch some merch right now, but I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, I could, because it's already done. It's technically already up, but you guys just can't see it. If you drink 5 4-hour energy drinks, you get 20-hour power. You know what would happen if I drank 4 energy drinks? I'd be in the hospital. Or dead. Hey, Kristen, it's always good to see you in the chat. YouTube bugging, how I ain't get the notif. What's poppin', Jordan? Hey, bro. I don't know, bro. Did you have that bell hit, bro? I don't know, man. Do you have it on occasional or for everything, bro? In the Discord server. I pinged the Discord server. Did I? Yes, I did. The game isn't over until it's over.
People, that's y'all job.
Hey, anybody who's tweeted out the stream, if you guys are enjoying the stream, tweet out the stream. Press that share button on your phone. I know you got a phone. What you watching this on? The TV? Y'all ain't watching me on TV. No, you're not. My fridge. Hey, bro, give me a sweet tea. Give me a sweet tea out the fridge.
I give you that unsweetened tea.
Unsweetened tea be nasty. Give me a diet tea. Diet tea kind of hit.
Oh,
Artificial sweetness ain't that great, but it's still better than unsweetened, at least in taste. I think 8 is the limit for energy drinks before you die. Much love to all the people who tested that out. You know, I salute you, soldiers. Rest in peace. Man's ass at Tokyo got the bell hit. Boy, quit playing. You know I got it on deck. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I'm watching on the YouTube app on PS4. Hey, dedication. KingdomAce on the TV. Tell your mamas and daddies I said what's up as they passing by your room. Who is that black kid on the TV? Oh yeah, it's just the best YouTuber. You know. Let me stop acting like Corey Kenshin. PlayStation plus YouTube app plus phone for chat messaging equals you on TV. Hey, Steven, see you out here. What's poppin'? Miss Pirate said she's gonna head out. I didn't see that. My bad. Hope you have a good one. I actually like Jedi Fallen Order's ending. I do now too. I want Mando with Beskar Spear versus Moff Gideon with Dark Saber for Mandalorian season finale. That'd be kind of raw though. People experimenting with the amount of energy drinks before death. Shinzo Sasage Oyo. Do you know TGJ Cynical? Oh, the gamers joint? and if so, do you know why he hasn't been uploading like the other cage YouTubers? Life. Life. Anytime a YouTuber takes time off from uploading, it's likely because of life. Either, I mean, that's a very general term, but it could be because of lack of motivation. I mean, we are in a global pandemic. Sometimes things happen in life to where we can't really post the way we'd like to. That just be like that. You know, I've got to go now, KingdomAce. I hope you get 10K soon and that you enjoy the Game Awards tomorrow. We most certainly will. If you got 40 people in here, what's popping? Can we get 40 likes though? Let's
go.
If we can hit 50 likes this stream, I will give every single one of you a virtual hug. Y'all seen my virtual hugs. I get nice and cozy. I'm not hitting it now. I'm not hitting it now.
I don't want your COVID.
Hey, bro, I be wearing my mask, bro. Be wearing my mask wherever I go, bro.
You better wash them hands.
Bro, I be wearing the mask. I be washing my hands, bro. Look at this. You remember in the Cat in the Hat movie, and you be he be hitting that hand sanitizer a whole bunch, bro. that be me when I'm out, bro. I can't always get to a sink. I be hitting that hand sanitizer, bro. I be hitting
a lot of places just have hand sanitizers laying out everywhere.
Yeah, but a lot of times they still have the hand sanitizer things you gotta touch, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be cleaning it, but it's like, bro. You can't spring for do the elbow one or do the thing where I just have to put my hand underneath it and it squirts out. Why don't you just do that, bro? Those are the best, bro. Like, I would rather see you with no rhythm dance.
Cause the kids.
Hey,
my little cousins, they touch everything. I don't know what they've been touching. Could have been picking their nose. So every time I see them, just looking at them, I just wash my hands.
I'll be like, bro.
Like, nope.
I already know you ain't clean. I'm watching you wash your hands too. What's your favorite KH game? KH3, next to Dream Drop Distance. Bro, I'm hugging you on Twitter, and the boys from my server check you out. We getting my brother Jordan to 10K. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I don't care if you got to get your mommies and daddies subscribed, your aunties, your uncles, open up the iPad for your dog. You know what I said, bro. Anything to get the boy to 10K, I appreciate that. That opens up more opportunities for us.
Even that weird uncle.
Even the weird uncle. Let him pay attention to me instead of you. I shouldn't have said that. Waiting for the energy drink challenge to hit where a handful of teens end up in the hospital. Yeah, we've been through the cinnamon challenge, we've been through the ice bucket challenge, we've been through that one setting yourself on fire challenge.
No,
That one was dumb.
that was the worst challenge. Bro, never mind, I'm not gonna talk about that. I say it was just another bad challenge.
I'm chilling with the boys on my Discord. Hey, so I like to hear. KingdomAce and chill. Hey. Why didn't y'all say proud of you? Oh, because of the Game Awards thing. Ace, I'm still curious who you got, Darth Malgus or Darth Vader in a 1v1. Darth Malgus or Darth Vader? Well, Malgus ain't canon. So Disney says Darth Vader wins. These my favorite cage game.
Can't breathe, but
Oh, let's say that. Dang, bro.
Malgus can move at least.
Malgus can move. That's 100% sure. I'd say if it was a purely battle to the death, I would probably give it to Malgus because though Darth Vader's force power is strong, his body severely limits him. He can't even use things like lightning because of his body. So it's like, you know, and you definitely wouldn't want to race him. I'll tell you right now, you would win. You would win, but it wouldn't even be funny.
I don't think I've ever seen him run a day in my life.
I mean, he probably weighs 1 ton, all that metal, bro. I definitely agree, Haley. Days definitely needs a proper remake. I would think it would be really cool. Unreal Engine 4 style, might as well go ahead and do it. I mean, I would rather them not just remake the game in Unreal Engine 4 style. They need to restructure that game because it ain't on the DS anymore. They need to restructure it to where it's still mission based, but it's more digestible for longer play sessions because those missions are boring. They're boring and repetitive. It's something you do on the bus ride to school and then do on the bus ride back. And maybe when you go to the bathroom, that's about it. That's how digestible that game is. And I mean, of course, if you're doing it for a stream playthrough or you've played the game before or something like that, that's different. But to the average person, they are going to get bored. They just are. Recoded was way better in terms of gameplay. The gameplay anybody who's played Recoded can tell the gameplay is just better. It is. The main drawback for that is that game's story sucks. So, okay, it doesn't suck. It's just boring. It's boring. I think
doesn't matter except the secret ending.
I think in the end, though, Recoded is still worth playing because there's stuff in it that you can only get through playing Recoded. And I just genuinely feel it's one of the best command style games. I honestly think the gameplay is better than in Dream Drop Distance. I mean, I know, Balloonga, yeah, but even if you just, minus that, it still has very competent system. It's still much better gameplay wise than Birth by Sleep is. Birth by Sleep is very stiff compared to Dream Drop Distance and Recoded. So it's like, I mean, it was their first attempt doing that kind of thing, so it's not that surprising. But, they should still have the multiplayer though. That'd be cool, but I mean, they re-released Birth by Sleep on a console and it didn't have the multiplayer. It took away the multiplayer. So if they brought it back, I would expect them to take it away. 3.58, bro. Then people are gonna think it's a different game, bro. What's up, Motita? Cyberpunk Recoded. Oh my god. The fact that that could work too, because part robot. It was Stephen Green. Oh shoot, dude. That is funny. What the freak am I seeing on my timeline? I'm not playing the audio because that is strange, but that was weird. All data characters have so much nuance in how they're written, and I find that fascinating. I agree. I definitely think the main story of Recoded sucks, but I think the worlds inside the game were more enjoyable, at least for majority of it. When you have to visit the worlds that you've already been through in other games, and then revisit them again at the end of the game in a more broken manner, it was worse. It was worse. My thing is how they've restructured Disney worlds in general in Kingdom Hearts isn't good to me. I at this point I would rather just get all original stories for these worlds, whether it's prequels to the movies or sequels to the movies. That's what they should prioritize. Giving us watered down, abridged version of these stories just isn't as good as they ever could be. That's why a lot of people end up preferring worlds that, you know, tell their own stories than retell a story in a really bland manner. Like, I would not want to experience Mulan through the Mulan world of KH2. That's not how I want to experience that. I'd rather watch Mulan. There's so much more to that movie than what's shown in Kingdom Hearts. So it's like, I guess you could say, oh, I guess the worlds are technically promoting to go watch the movie. But at that point, some people, because they already seen how it ends, why would I go watch the movie now? I don't really care. I know how it ends. So I feel like it's counterproductive. You think Sora is the false light? No. How do you think Lucy brought back the 4 original foretellers? I said it in videos previously. I think there is an accessible ability that Keyblade masters have that only the ancient masters of the Keyblade really know how to use it. I also think the Master of Masters has the same ability that I basically just coined the term time walking. It's similar to an ability that wizards and fairies have in Kingdom Hearts when they can disregard the laws of time travel. Literally, Yensid and Merlin could literally just go back to 1942 if they really wanted to. It specifically said they can ignore the laws of time travel in this series. So I believe it's a similar manner. It's a way for Keyblade wielders. Huh? Oh, I don't know. Why don't you just go kill Xehanort as a kid? We'd be alright. I don't know why he didn't just do that, but what's up, Tokyo? Kingdom Carts. Kingdom Hearts Racing, the supersonic racing, but Kingdom Hearts Racing. Moulin Rouge World. I don't even think I know what that is. The tier list, bro? What tier list? What tier list? Maybe we should make a Kingdom Hearts tier list on stream. Y'all would hate me. Bro, we gotta stop meeting like this. What, Kuma-sama? What'd I do? Did I say something? Any thoughts on the card that Luxord gives to Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3? Most likely the KH4 plot device, but I wonder if it has a world inside or a trapped character, kind of like Chain of Memories. I don't think it's going to be a world. I think it's going to be, I guess a weird way to describe it would be an event, I guess. It is a trump card that will allow Sora to, hold up. Hold on, where the Google Docs at? Hold up, I didn't think about that. Hold up. All right, you guys know the drill. I'll let y'all know what I'm talking about as I write it. The secret behind, my titles are all the same. I have all the same video. The secret behind Luxord's trump card. Okay, so point 1. In KH3, Sora was given, in KH3, after Sora defeats Luxord, I do not know how to spell, none of these words are spelled correctly. After Sora defeats Luxord, Luxord gives him a card representing a trump up someone's sleeve. This being the key to what Sora will likely need in a most dire situation. What if the trump card that Sora,
teacher speaking what they write to the class.
That's what I'm doing right now, bro. What if the trump card that Sora was given was actually a way for Sora to be able to use his Keyblade within the realm or the universe of Unreality. We've made this theory, people in the call might not know what the freak I'm talking about. I've made a theory basically that theoretically, it's possible that Sora will not actually be able to use his Keyblade within the realm of Unreality, primarily because one common thing we see with Keyblades that's happened for every Keyblade, but for a lot of Keyblades, when they're summoned, there is a flash of light that happens, and then the Keyblade is summoned. Generally, because most Keyblades we see are Keyblades that are in the domain of the realm of light. That's where they're from. And when they're called upon, it's the user of the Keyblade actually calling upon the light to summon this Keyblade. But within a universe of Unreality, which is confirmed to have no light or darkness to even exist in this universe, which Melody and Memories did confirm, would Sora and Riku be actually able to summon their Keyblades? A lot of people try to dispute this by saying the fight with Yozora and Sora, but the Yozora and Sora fight did not actually happen physically. That in both endings of that fight, whether you win or lose, the ending still ends with Yozora waking up from a dream. So as far as we know, we are more than likely rather to believe that this fight happened within Yozora's dreams than actually happening physically. That would make more sense, as the final world don't just transform into Sora's Station of Awakening in real life. That don't just happen. So it is much more likely for this to have happened. And I believe that is because Yozora and Sora's hearts have connected to each other. Sora being someone who's not from this universe, and Yozora being someone who's from this universe. That's why Sora's Station of Awakening was within Shibuya, which is a place not within our normal universe. So if that were to be the case, what if Sora and Riku could not use their Keyblades within this universe? But if what was in the card was actually light that was able to be called upon, he could use that to actually summon his Keyblade. That is what I thought about in those 2 seconds I read that comment. I could have made that a video. I talk for a long time. I talk a lot. A lot. A lot. Why is Max sending me random things? Why? Oh, the one on your Twitter? Was it the Sonic tier list? Wait, no. Oh, that scared me. Hey, is that a $5 super chat from Andrew Runyon? So is the World Ends With You Shibuya have anything to do with Quadratum? Also from yesterday, who is the Master of Masters to Sora? Well, first of all, thank you very much for doing that super chat. You really did help financially support this channel. So not only did you support me and help me put food on the table and help out with bills with my family, you also directly gave back to this community as better lifestyle for me into making more productivity I can have for you guys. So much love to Andrew.
What are you up to, Calvin?
Not really.
So wait, so is the World Ends With You with Shibuya, is the World Ends With You Shibuya have anything to do with Quadratum? Quadratum and Shibuya are two different cities. Quadratum, based off what we've seen of it in the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, is modeled after real life Shinjuku, while obviously Shibuya is Shibuya.
I didn't know
Yes.
Cyberpunk was out now.
Yeah, it came out earlier, like 2 hours ago.
Why?
No idea.
Did not want to conflict with the game?
I guess. Make the tier list anyways. But yeah, because they're based off two completely different cities, I'm 100% certain they are very different cities. We've seen that the Master of Masters in that ending is also in a city modeled after Shinjuku, which also making that Quadratum. So there are still two completely different cities. So I'm sure they'll be, tied to one another, being both cities that exist within the same universe. But basically, long story short, to summarize 2.5 hours of stream, basically the Master of Masters and Sora are two completely different characters that have no real familial or tied to one another being the same person whatsoever. The Master of Masters and Sora are both two competent characters that will likely end up seeing one another as enemies in the upcoming phase 2 of Kingdom Hearts series. So That's what I think. Other people in the chat had their own thoughts on the matter as well. And if you want to see what those thoughts are, there are tons of responses in the previous stream. All you got to do is turn the live replay on when you go and watch it, and pull up the previous stream. It is public for everyone to view, and let it rip. They will get a new Smash character reveal tomorrow. If Nintendo knows what's good for them, yes. Make a Final Fantasy game tier list. I haven't finished, all of them, but I still could. We could do that too. After I catch up, I'll probably do some of those. Sora wasn't chosen at all. Wait, what do you mean by that? Wait, are you freaking out? Why, Grizzles? Ace up the sleeve. You know how I be. I just retweeted a while back with the problem. Oh, said 1 and 2 were above 3. We gotta debunk that whole thing in VC. What, KH 1 and 2 are above 3? I would never have said that. Oh, but I think I might know what you're referring to. The tier list that I saw on Twitter recently was actually a joke retweet. That person, after I quote tweeted it, the person actually, is this it right here? Let me look. I didn't see Kingdom Hearts on this list at all, but at first glance, I'm not seeing any Kingdom Hearts on here. But that's the only tier list I remember seeing. Have you ever played Golden Sun? No, but I do plan on playing it in the upcoming year. Why would Yuzora dream about that? Probably because Yuzora and Sora's hearts are connected. There's probably a bond that ties them together that we are not fully aware of, but I'm sure our Kingdom Hearts viewer Rex will make that all but apparent. You're right. But there's got to be a reason why he came back to this world, even after being recompleted after KH2, Steven. No, there was another voice in here. There are technically 3 other voices here, but only one person has actively been talking, but they're muted right now. Also, the Frozen Cavern is here. Say hi, Cavern.
Hello.
Oh, you meant Persona? I didn't retweet a Persona tier list. I ain't seen one. Oh, but you're saying I said Persona 1 and 2 were above 3? Persona 1 and 2 have better stories than 3. They do. Especially 2. Do we know anything new on Lucio and the other masters at the end of KH3? Nothing after that. We know more information about Lucio in that he's aware that the Master of Masters participated in another Keyblade War outside of the one we saw in Kingdom Hearts Key back cover and the Key series. But other than that, no new information has really been given about the others. We learned that Ava betrayed the Master of Masters, and she altered who was supposed to become a Union leader and who was supposed to receive the Book of Prophecy, since only one of them was supposed to be getting it this time. She altered who the people were supposed to be, when the Master of Masters was the original one who had picked them out, thus making her actually betray him. Do you think the Master of Masters could be an ancient Keyblade master? Yes. Yes, he taught the ancient Keyblade masters. He taught the masters who lived in the age of fairy tales. The master is much older than them. Much, much older. He knows of it. He participated in a war that none of them even have knowledge of, being grown adults, meaning it must have happened so long ago that it's not even frequently talked about in history. I'm sure they went to school sometime and you learned about wars in school. And if, you know, your town was in a war, I'm pretty sure people would know about it. What's up, Taco Snake? The Master of Masters is the master to the foretellers. However, he isn't before the ancient Keyblade moves. The Master of Masters is part of the ancient Keyblade wielders. He said in the original Keyblade War, he was also amongst them. But at the end of the day, he was the only one that ended up mattering. So he may not be the first Keyblade wielder, but he's even older than the Keyblade wielders that are remembered in the Age of Fairy Tales. Time before the foretellers is not really recorded too much in history as far as the Kingdom Hearts series goes. So when we talk about the ancient Keyblade wielders, we're referring to the foretellers, as most don't even remember their names anymore because it was so long ago. So when you hear ancient Keyblade masters, or we're referring to, you know, the foretellers, and ancient Keyblade wielders are the people who served under them, you know, like the Dandelions and etc. Those people who all were involved in the factions. We are an ancient Keyblade wielder if you played Kingdom Hearts Unicross. Hey, you're good, bro. Hey, yo, y'all know what's on my Christmas list? Us hitting 50 likes this stream. You ain't like the stream yet? Hey. It's possible, Michael, but then again, we don't know enough about Yuzora to even be able to make that kind of call. No, he didn't say he wasn't a Keyblade wielder. He is a Keyblade wielder. He gave Lushu his Keyblade. They already do have something similar to that, Madeline. It's called the Kingdom Hearts Ultimanias. Each Kingdom Hearts game basically has one. Just a lot of them don't get localized. They are translated to where you technically could read them online. All right, Jordan, gotta help me. My girl gonna hop in VC. Lots of love, bro. Just so you know, I'm making sure when the squad is watching through your stream. Shannon says hi, by the way. Hey, what's up, Shannon? Hey, bro, you have a good night, man. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you. It said he was a part of the war. Being a part of the war doesn't necessarily mean that you fought in the war. Being part of the war means you were affected by it. Regardless, he was also there during that time, regardless in the end, and he still ended up being a Keyblade wielder. And he said the war back then didn't end and it's still going on. And the fact that he says that war, that specific war, because the Keyblade war that we saw in, you know, Kingdom Hearts Key didn't end up happening yet. And he said that the war is still going on right now. It's being fought as we're talking right now. That makes me believe that that war is happening in another world line. That's what that leads me to believe. And the Master of Masters escaped from that world line to come here. Maybe his whole purpose to try to find a solution to prevent that war from happening. Maybe. I don't know. That's just me. The first official English Ultimate is coming out next year. Yes, it is. And that's going to be very cool. I think they're going to start being better about that going forward. I'd like to get them to officially localize each Ultimania that they've got already to the States, just because that will add much lore. And most people don't want to go through translating that kind of stuff just because it's a lot. I know John Project CD also has the KH3 Ultimania. But I'll definitely watch the Prodigy videos on it. Whip it out? What am I whipping out? What's up, Sam? Is the Master of Masters the first Keyblade wielder? Maybe there was someone else, others that came before him. No, the Master of Masters is confirmed not the first Keyblade wielder. However, the Master of Masters Keyblade, the no-name Keyblade, is the oldest Keyblade in known existence. Meaning that the Keyblade he has, even though it's his, that doesn't necessarily mean he was the first Keyblade wielder. We would assume that in that original Keyblade War he fought in it, even if he didn't specifically say it. But the fact that he has the oldest known Keyblade would also lead us to believe he was likely given that Keyblade at some point, though he did specifically say he did not have a master. He did say that. So it's not like he would have gotten it from a master. Maybe he took the Keyblade himself. Who knows? About the Keyblade, I have 3 Keyblades sitting over there. I have Oathkeeper, Oblivion, and I have the Keyblade of Hearts, the one that Sora stabbed himself with in KH1. I have that one too. Yeah, I do like how they do that, Steven. Very Star Wars-esque. You can very much tell Nomura is a Star Wars fan. Also, what's up, Hitori? Master of Masters took the Keyblade from Walt Disney. His man peeled it off of Walt Disney's body, bro. The disrespect. The absolute madman. I'm too chill this stream. I told y'all. Y'all cannot let me be so chill on this on these streams. I get wild. I get too comfortable. What's Gucci? Are you saying what's Gucci to me? Or are you asking me what is Gucci? I'm gonna assume you're saying what's Gucci to me. And I mean, like, you know, I'm not just out here, you know, doing my dang thing, you know, streaming, eating a little something, talking a little something, you know, talking my talk. You feel? I am acting too hood right now. Who is Subject X? Subject X is our beloved Scold. There are still some people who try to tell me Subject X is not Scold. I promise you, that is the one thing that is not a theory. Subject X is Scold. It's Scold. What's up, Wonky? I seen you join the Discord. Throw this man away. Yo, what you talking about, man? People forgot Nomura removed Final Fantasy characters from KH3 because the game space, nor a reason to include them because of the number of main characters alone wouldn't complicate future games with Star Wars or Marvel. Not necessarily, as long as you make the world an enclosed space. You don't need to include every single Star Wars character in a Star Wars world. You don't need to include every single Marvel character in a Marvel world. It don't gotta be the Avengers. It don't gotta be Star Wars Episode 3, you know? Having multiple sets of characters does not mean anything. And at the end of the day, nobody's talking about there's too many characters in this Disney world. Nobody's talking about that. If anything, there are too many main cast members. And in the end, there's not even that many main cast members in Kingdom Hearts. Not ones that you really need to remember for the story specifically. And even then, a lot of them are delivered in very specific manners to where it's still digestible. I think if anything, it's more complex knowing there are multiple versions of said characters. There's a version of Ventus, you know, in Birth by Sleep, and later there's a version of Ventus when he still has his memories of everything going on in the Age of Fairy Tales. There's a nobody and somebody of some characters. How, Ventus, Roxas, Vanitas, all these people are still, and Naminé technically are all technically part same person. So if anything, that is how it can get more complicated. But I wouldn't necessarily say the games have too many characters. Nomura removed Final Fantasy characters from Kingdom Hearts because he didn't feel Kingdom Hearts needed Final Fantasy characters to be Kingdom Hearts. They aren't vital to the story, and they never really have been. Because the role that Squall and all of them played in Kingdom Hearts 1, you could literally replace those with original characters and it wouldn't have made a difference. saying Kingdom Hearts is just Final Fantasy meets Disney is just it's just a fallacy. That's not even really true. I mean, Final Fantasy does meet Disney in this. Squall did meet Donald Duck. That did end up happening. But at the end of the day, that has never been what Kingdom Hearts has been about, because the original characters are not Final Fantasy characters. Sora is not a Final Fantasy character. You feel? I really want to see Master Yin Sid fight. When he appeared in Keyblade Graveyard and KH3, I was so excited, but he just pulled a Moses. I think Yin Sid could only fight the Master of Masters. That'd be kind of raw. I mean, he definitely should still be able to summon a Keyblade, even though he's not serving as a Keyblade Master. So we don't got to be on the front lines, with this arthritis or something. But, I still think it'd be cool. Bro, they're going to add dozens of more KH characters to these new arcs. You're tripping. But I mean, they're not going to leave a bunch of these old characters as important anymore. Like, when a character's arc concludes, that's likely going to be it. Yeah, we have a lot more good guys now, but at the end of the day, does that matter? Is it going to be that vital anymore? Like, for instance, let's say, for example, who can I say? Terra, or okay, let's say Ventus. Is Ventus that vital to the actual integral plot of Kingdom Hearts 2? Is Skuld? Is Ephemer? Are any of those characters, any of them really directly tied to Kingdom Hearts 2 story to the point where KH2 story could not exist without it? No, I am not lit. I've never smoked a day in my life. Best Theorist is back, son. I am here, streaming yet again. I got my important tab up. Acai. I got it. I think I got it that time. It only took me a second to comprehend it this time, instead of 3 seconds. But then put no gun sword in Kingdom Hearts. Lit. Besides the KH1 Final Fantasy characters that they use as exposition devices, all the Final Fantasy characters are just there to scratch that Final Fantasy reference itch. Riku, Yuna, Pain, Zack, Tidus, Waka, Selphie. Do you think that we'll see a young Master Yin Sid in Dark Road? Because I hope so. I would hope so, but probably not. I probably don't feel like doing it. I'm just acting this way because I'm tired. Somebody made a tweet saying, can you imagine Kingdom Hearts villains in like regular clothes, like old Xehanort, just like a regular black shirt and khakis, look like somebody's abuelo, but evil? That's freaking crazy, bro. I'm seeing this picture, somebody drew it. That's crazy. I might show it on stream.
I'm back.
What's up? But that's crazy. Xehanort look like somebody's evil abuelo. That's crazy, bro. Hey man, that's exactly what you look like.
Oh my gosh.
As I say, you look like somebody's abuelo. He looked
like that?
He looked like he ready to end the barbecue. He said, I'm ruining this barbecue.
Slow down there, Spike Spiegel.
Oh yeah, you kind of sound like him right now. Very slightly. I'm talking like this. I sound like corpse.
Caleb.
Yes, I'm going to change it. You guys need to remind me to change the song because I legit wouldn't. Why did that random... What was that anime girl gif? I didn't set that up. The freak? Skittles Witch. I love your take on this series. I'm excited to see how much you've taken off. Here's to your goal. Hey, Skittles Witch, thank you so much for your donation. I really do appreciate it. You did financially support this channel. I very much appreciate it. I did not... I promise you, I did not add that GIF. I literally don't even know what anime that is, dude. I don't even have. No, it should still be the one basic package. No, bro, it should be that same package that I have all my other ones for, because all my notifications, as you guys have seen, they're all the exact same animation. But why? And it had the original, but it also had some random anime girl. That's why when I looked over, I was kind of shocked. I was like, what the freak is that? I did not know what that was.
Some random anime girl. Don't talk about my waifu like that.
Hey, bro, I apologize, bro. I apologize, bro. I definitely apologize. I'm going on Streamlabs. Bro, I don't even have... Bro, I'm looking at it right now on Streamlabs. There isn't even an anime girl set to appear. It's not, let alone a GIF. It's just the $ thing from the thing. That's weird. Guys, I'm not a weeaboo, alright? No, it's not me.
All the JoJo's and, Kurisu and Okabe behind Jordan.
No, it's not me. I didn't do it.
Yo, those things in the background is just for clout, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's just for clout, you know.
Yeah, bro, I know what Jordan.
Yeah, it's cool to be a nerd now. It's just for clout.
Yeah, bro. It's just for clout, bro. I totally didn't get made fun of for liking anime in middle school and then forcibly had to get out of it and just try to put these in the background to get clout again. KingdomAce going through it, bro. He is going through it right now. This man Yoshi P is having lunch right now, bro. Must be nice to be lunchtime.
Why did you think of that?
What? Because I saw it on Twitter.
Oh, I thought you just were thinking about Yoshi P having lunch. I was like,
no, he's having Python noodles. It's really good. It's kind of stringy, but it's good.
I don't follow Yoshi P. I have to.
What if they made a special summoning that summoned Final Fantasy characters similar to Disney character summonings, but different? I mean, they kind of already do that for Brave Exvius when you summon units in that game. So if they just did something similar, that'd be pretty raw. I feel like KH2 wouldn't be the same game without... Who? Oh, Tempt. I don't know. KH2 wouldn't be the same without the Final Fantasy characters. The whole story would have been rewritten. I 100% disagree, because at the end of the day, the events of KH2 aren't held on the backs of Final Fantasy characters. They're nothing really but cameos. If you replace those characters with original characters, it would have made a difference. They don't gain anything from being Final Fantasy characters. That's the thing. Now, if you were to replace the Disney characters, that would change the whole game. But the building blocks of that actual story of KH2, that isn't really affected. Sora taking down the organization, all those things, even restoring, Radiant Garden back to its original state, that still doesn't really affect it because it just would have been any regular person. So it's still like, then you have the organization members of the research trio and stuff like that. Those original characters fill that role specifically that only they can do. But at the end of the day, they don't really gain nothing from Final Fantasy characters being in it. Again, ever after KH1, even kind of in KH1 too, they just kind of made Final Fantasy as a reason for like, oh, Final Fantasy fans, you guys should do this. There are Final Fantasy characters in this game. Like, that's the whole reason for Kingdom Hearts in the first place, and ended up evolving into its own thing. Just as Nomura says, Kingdom Hearts has evolved into a series that doesn't need Final Fantasy. It can always have it, that's fine, but it's never really truly needed it. The only aspect of it really needing it in Kingdom Hearts 1 would be to sell units. Final Fantasy X sold like hotcakes. So when they're releasing Kingdom Hearts 1 next year, you can bet your britches they're gonna put Tidus in the game. So How do you feel about the possible inclusion of Nintendo Mario into KH until it got pulled out? Not sure if that's actual news or fan-made news. That is 100% fan-made news. 100% fan-made news. I don't think it would work very well unless it's specific series. Mario, I don't think it would fit whatsoever. Zelda, it could easily fit. I think Metroid could fit very well too. There are a few series I do feel like it could work. Kirby could also probably work, probably better than Winnie the Pooh could, but... Oh, Streamlabs lets you do GIFs if you signed up for the pro setting. I'm Skittles Witch, by the way. Oh, okay, Kale. Oh, okay. So it was your gift. That's why it appeared on screen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I almost had everybody thinking I was a weeaboo, you know? I almost had people thinking about it, bro. I promise you. little do they realize. I have more anime ones. I mean, I have a really small Avengers poster on that wall. It's funny because it's funny, I have a KH2 poster over there, which should definitely actually be behind me, realistically, when you think about, oh, the channel, Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts, that should definitely be over there. No, it's not over here. If anything, I'd put Spider-Verse over there. That Spider-Verse poster is gas, dude. It's gas. Majora's Mask poster is room. Huh? The room tour? My room sucks. My room is my bedroom, but also my office.
Yeah, but well, I think that was most people's dream.
Hey, don't say that word. We need ad revenue.
I didn't hear what he said.
Don't worry about it.
Correct. The Final Fantasy characters can be removed. However, if you can't replace Disney movies with Marvel and Star Wars, Marvel and Star Wars are Disney.
Yeah.
They are Disney. And a lot of Kingdom Hearts is inspired off of Star Wars.
We already got Marvel and Cage. So.
And we have Marvel in KH. Big Hero 6 is Marvel. That's what I'm saying. You tell Square Enix they can't put Marvel in Kingdom Hearts, they will prove you wrong. And they did. They just did it in the most appropriate way. Put Clone Wars in Star Wars as an animated TV
version.
Yeah, they just did it with the Disney version. And you know, the thing is, they made Rebels also. They could put Rebels in Kingdom Hearts. So if they really wanted to, that's a Disney made show. That would also work. Where are the My Hero posters, Demon Slayer, Goblin Slayer? That My Hero poster got ripped down like 6 months ago, if I'm real with you. Not because it sucks, but you know, I am a My Hero fan. I do read the manga and I'm caught up. So I am above the anime watchers, the anime onlys. I am above them. I'm not a weeb, but you know, I might have seen a clip or two on Twitter. I didn't get past episode 9 of Demon Slayer. Goblin Slayer, I've never really seen. What's up, Britt? Well, you see, chat, those aren't actual posters in his actual room. He pulled a Weeaboo's room image from Google and put it as a Zoom background. That's 100%. You guys see me use the green screen? Come on, bro. Y'all know the green screen's up right now. You guys just can't see it because obviously I'm using it. That's how it goes. And this is definitely the best Weeaboo room I could pick out on Google. Yeah. I love Star Wars, Clone Wars, freaking love it, Britt. Britt's a Star Wars fan. She's a freaking goat, dude. Kappa. I love Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 was great. I mean, I've still never seen the movie. Don't cancel me. I haven't seen the movie yet. All right. I need to go on Disney Plus and actually watch it. Maybe we should make that a server thing. If you guys want to join the Discord server, exclamation point Discord, then maybe you guys can finally get me to watch Big Hero 6. I mean, I know the plot of the movie. Everybody did. That certain moment got turned into a meme when that came out. It was unavoidable for me. I was not safe. I don't want Marvel and Star Wars. I don't want Marvel and Square. There's already a certain Square and Marvel game. Oh, did I say something? Oops. I don't know about any Square and Marvel game. No, I don't know nothing about that. All right, bet Big Hero 6 stream. It wouldn't be on stream. It would be in Discord. Yo, I definitely could do a watch along, but that'd be kind of mid for people who aren't actually watching along. And I'd rather not risk when I know Square Enix is watching my channel right now. Oh, I need to talk about this actually. Y'all remember when I said I was going to stream through 15 and then I was going to stream myself reading the Dawn of the Future book, which is the canceled DLC for Final Fantasy 15 that was turned into a book. I started looking into it and I might not be able to stream that. I realized these things called copyright laws exist. And just because I am speaking the words that a book says doesn't necessarily count it as transformative. Technically, because even if I pause and make reactions to things I'm talking about, that's not technically something you could do. Just like how reaction videos can still get copyright claims and stuff on their videos, it's technically the exact same thing. So I technically might not be able to do that. So if I were to do that, I might have to do it solo and then make a stream talking about it or something like that. Or just a video talking about it. It might have to be like that. But I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know you guys want a stream of Final Fantasy 15, but I don't know if you guys want a stream of a different Square game first. I know it's too early to be thinking about our other games when we're still going through the World Ends With You. I should have been playing the World Ends With You today, but I already started the stream when I realized that, and I was like, oops. Yeah, I just wanted to fight Darth Vader in Cage. That'd be kind of rough. And it's funny, maybe the Keyblade's made out of like Beskar, so that's why the Keyblade can like saber lock with a lightsaber. That'd be wrong. You can't tell me it's not. Can't tell me it's not. Where's the 10 different Kurisu figures? I don't have any Kurisu figures. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Umbra? I don't have any Kurisu. I don't even know who I don't even know a Kurisu. I know a Christina. I don't know any Kurisu. I don't know about a Kurisu. No, I do not. What's up, Andy? I'm remembering the entire game of Cage 2, and a lot of content would have to be cut or rewritten, maybe even a whole world. Examples would be Roxas' story, first visit to Hollow Bastion, and defending that world. They could defend Hollow Bastion without it being the Final Fantasy characters fighting alongside them. If you made that character Squall and replaced that model with freaking Link from Zelda, or a completely original character, all you would have to change is the name Sora is saying. That's the only thing that you would have to change. Of course, it would have to be rewritten. If you change anything in a game, something would have to get rewritten. That's just how it is. A whole world would definitely not need to get cut. You do not need to cut out all of Hollow Bastion just because you take Final Fantasy characters out of it. You can literally just replace them with completely original characters who want to help Sora out. You can replace them with people who already live in Radiant Garden. And remember it to, them being in Hollow Bastion, they live here, but this isn't what the town used to be like back when they were growing up here, etc. Literally, that would just change it. And Roxas' story is not tied to Final Fantasy characters. Roxas has one of the least interactions with Final Fantasy characters. So I don't really get how Roxas' story would have to suffer because of Final Fantasy characters' exclusions. That would be lit, Kumasama. How was your day, Ace? Pretty good. I don't know what it is, but I always feel like I get a headache around when I do streams. Probably when I talk too much, because as you know, I talk a lot. Maybe it's getting annoyed at your own voice. If you guys had to hear my voice for 3 hours a day, oops, you guys would feel like me. Maybe you guys do feel like me by the end of it all. Maybe you do. maybe you do not. But I really do want to thank you guys for all the growth we've had as of late. Literally, we gained over 700 subscribers in the last month, or at least the last 28 days from now. So I guess that's still technically this month too, but still, that's some pretty freaking insane growth. So much love to you guys, sharing out the stuff. I can see when you guys do that. My analytics do tell me that you guys are coming from specific places, so I know which social medias are more popular and which ones you guys use the most, at least. So much love to you guys that be doing that, even if it's just opening the iPad for your doggo. Nah, your voice is fantastic. I appreciate that, Kale. The thing is, when you have a deep voice, I can feel it. Like, you know how y'all be feeling that depth in your headset? I feel that, but inside my skull, it's vibrating my head. Yeah, you feel it all here, bro. And after long periods of talking, it's like, bro, I need to shut up and never speak again. I like use the voice meter to change my voice to be a little bit higher. I used to make it deeper. If you guys go look at some of my old videos, voice was like corpse husband deep, and it's not actually that deep. But I was like, maybe I felt like it set the mood of videos, and so I was like, all right, yeah, let's do this. But then Jaden was like, bro, I can't watch your videos, bro. My headsets vibrate with the depth, you know, like the bass of stuff and everything, and I just can't do it. And I'm just like, bro, all right. So now voice meter makes my voice slightly higher pitched. So what you're hearing is not actually how my voice sounds. This is just how I keep it.
You were cursed with everybody having bass-centric headphones.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I'm even more guilty, because when I render my videos, there's a specific reason videos and streams sound different too. It's because for videos, I specifically render it to have 5.1 surround sound in it, not just stereo, but 5.1. I specifically make sure to render it like that, so that way y'all can feel my voice in your souls. That's how you can feel it. You can literally feel my voice like that.
Yeah, every video you watch is just another ritual so that you can hear Mini Jordan yourself.
Yo, like you can hear me whispering like I'm talking from behind, like I'm literally whispering in your ear. Hold up now, we're not trying to get some KingdomAce fan fiction. You know, there technically already is like one or two, but we're not reading those on stream. I read one and I really wish I did. It was horrible. I'll just be talking and be like, hey, what y'all thinking about? The bullies are Final Fantasy characters, but the thing is, Roxas's bullies being Final Fantasy characters doesn't affect the story. The story moment is there were bullies, there were people in Twilight Town that bullied Roxas. That is the central story point. Who those bullies were means nothing. Them being Final Fantasy characters isn't a part of the story. It's something that is the case, but if it was altered to be completely original characters, it would not affect the story. Changing Donald and Goofy to not be Donald and Goofy drastically changes the story because of the roles they play. So even if you replace them with other people, it would literally alter how the game was meant to be, you know, presented. So it's a different scenario. Miles has to get a Keyblade too, bro. If we get Miles meeting Sora, they're roughly around the same age, so you know that'd be kind of cool. Oh gosh, I feel you. I'm a voice actress, and what you're saying is very real. Hey, Kale, you might have to hit me up. I might need some voice actors for a video. The only other voice actress I've actually worked with in videos is Kristen. She's the only other one I have worked with. believe her name is Mocha and Chill on YouTube. I know that's what it is on Twitter. Yeah, Hainer Penzino let our original characters. Yeah, Hainer Penzino let our original characters. That's why it fits so well with them. I don't think that their roles can really have been changed. And I feel like if you switched Hainer Penzino let out for Final Fantasy characters, it probably would have taken away from the roles they were meant to play. And it would have felt like there was no different than just, oh, hey, these these are your Final Fantasy characters, huh? Right. You know, cool. Final Fantasy, you know, in Disney, you know? That's all they would have really played, and the roles they were meant to play wouldn't have been delivered in the right way. Square Enix knows what they're doing. I definitely agree. But the thing is, they still are making sure they meet that quota. They need to make sure that OG Final Fantasy fans are happy that, hey, you know, they in here, you know, they need to make sure. Mocha Nerd. You're one of the few people who gets my name right. A lot of people mispronounce it. Mispronounce what name? Oh, the name I said before? I'm scared to re-say it because I feel like I'm going to get it wrong the second time. I said Mocha and Chill. I don't see how you could really say that wrong. You should read KingdomAce fanfics when you hit 10k. I'd rather not make it back down to 9k afterwards. He getting you heated, huh? Wait, who's getting heated? Ain't nobody getting heated. We just vibing. Even with differences of opinions, we still vibing at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we can all just agree to disagree on opinions at the end of the day. We ain't Square Enix. We ain't, you know, Nomura. We don't get no say in this kind of thing anyway. I think Hainer could have been a possible wielder. I mean, I'm sure there's tons of eligible people. Oh, I understand now. I said bullies because I didn't have enough space to type out their names. It just feels off for me trying to take out Final Fantasy characters, but I guess it is possible. Yeah, it's certainly possible, but I don't think it's something that they're going to really do. They saw the response to not having Final Fantasy characters. It doesn't matter at the end of the day if Final Fantasy characters are vital to the Kingdom Hearts story, because they're not. But that's not why people wanted them in there. They wanted them because these characters mean something to them. Even these people who haven't played Final Fantasy want these Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts because they've been here all this time. If they started it out without them, then people wouldn't have cared. But the fact that they were here for 18 years and they've gotten to know Squall and, you know, they've gotten to know Cloud and Aerith and all these other characters, they mean something to them. So taking them out just feels wrong, even if it doesn't alter the story. These fanfics involve Sokai. No, they involve KingdomAce. Theorizing is not an exact science, and most certainly is not. I couldn't think of anything further away. I like to believe I'm closer in Nomura's head than other people, but at the end of the day too, I'm only one man. Especially Nomura and team have said they watch Kingdom Hearts related videos on YouTube to see what the community thinks and their response to things. They do. They've already said this in interviews numerous times. And that's what lets you know, obviously, that they're aware of what the community thinks. They watch the theory videos. I wouldn't be surprised if some ideas he gets are from theories, you know, people have said. So I would not be surprised. I guess I can go to tier list maker. And I'm at the part where I'm deciding on. Wait, what? What about Are Amazing?
I said a casual stream that has like tier lists in it are always end up good.
I'm about to get hated by so many people in a minute. They do not want to see me making a tier list. I also have I'm known amongst my friends of having some of the worst opinions known to man. I'm also known that amongst the Kingdom Hearts community. when many of them aren't my friends. So if you end up being triggered after this, do not blame me. You guys wanted this. So we'll do a Final Fantasy one and we'll do a Kingdom Hearts one. So
Remember, it's tier part of the fun. You just get ready.
yeah. So let's do best Kingdom Hearts game first. Then we could probably do characters. Let's do that. So dang, I just realized I do not have my green screen on. Oops. Oh well, you guys don't need a green screen. I guess we could just make KingdomAce smaller. Boom. Actually, I can do filter, crop, boom, boom. Just like that. And then we go, you guys know it's time. We're gonna hit that transition like boom, boom, pow. Like that. I think I was pretty on it with that one. Exactly, man. That's why you're the voice of the KH community. Tell the Kingdom Hearts community that. I would love for them to hear that. I'm at the part where I'm deciding on t-shirts on my Christmas list. The hardest part. Just found this sick Cloud Strife shirt. I already own a Final Fantasy shirt, 7 shirt F. I'm gonna tell you right now, any of y'all looking for good shirts, do not go to the Pixel Empire. Do not go to the Yeti. Don't go to any of those sites. Don't go to TeePublic because they have too good of shirts. I promise you, you will walk away spending too much money or very much regretting that you don't have enough. They're too good. I've never had to not recommend, going somewhere because it's too good, but do not go to those sites. They're too good. How many more games do you think Square will make till KH4 comes out? Will it still be called Kingdom Hearts? It will 100% be called Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts will never take out Kingdom Hearts out of the title. Square Enix couldn't do it if they wanted to. Disney owns Kingdom Hearts. So I assure you that they will not allow them to take Kingdom Hearts out of Kingdom Hearts. Even if we get a VRM Rex game, it'll be called Kingdom Hearts VRM Rex. I said, don't go to thepixelempire.com. Don't go to tpublic.com, and don't go to theyeti.com. They have too good of shirts. You will either regret not having enough money or regret, something else.
He's required to say that. That's just how good the deals are. This is how good the shirts are.
Once
legally, you have to warn people that if their wallets aren't ready.
At the end of the day, okay, hold up. I'm going to try something actually. I'm going to cut off all the fluff that you guys don't need. Oh, but you guys already only end up seeing this. So, boom, boom. Now you get a little cinematic flair of the stream. All right. That's exactly what this is supposed to be for. I can't get rid of the ad. All right. Actually, I can go like this. I don't care, bro. No, let's leave it like that. I like Lightning, but I didn't care for the Fabula Nova Chrysalis. Yeah, I agree. I find it funny that Disney doesn't mention anything about Kingdom Hearts. The merch isn't even sold in stores and theme parks. They actually are now. You can actually find some Kingdom Hearts shirts and plushies and action figures in there now. And I've actually seen people on Twitter in Disney World, at least in Florida, and they're playing Kingdom Hearts music on the speakers. I saw a video of it, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. So, but they didn't for years. Tread carefully. You don't want people unsubscribing. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all right now. If y'all unsubscribe because of a difference of opinion, then you probably weren't mature enough for this community anyway. No disrespect. We all mature at different ages, different points of time in our lives. That happens. We all get, a little crotchety. when it comes to things we like. It happens. If people try to, hate on Steins Gate, then you best believe I'm gonna knock them into another world line. It just be like that. But at the same time, I should also respect that the person has a difference of opinion, because your opinion being different than mine does not affect my opinion of this game or anime or TV show or anything whatsoever. So what you think should not affect how I feel at all. And as long as everybody remembers that, we should all be having a good time. Kingdom Hearts has become very mainstream now. It really has. It's really surprising how popular it's gotten. All right, time to make people unsubscribe. Was that in the first was that in the Disney store and in the parks? It's been in the Disney parks. That's what I heard, that they were there. I didn't see it myself because I haven't been to Disney in a little bit, and honestly, I don't plan on going now with the whole global pandemic thing going on. I'm being real with you. KH2 is not going to be in S tier. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to go ahead and delete that row. I also don't think any Kingdom Hearts game is F tier, so we're going to do that. I'm going to call this GOAT. That's going to be GOAT tier. Amazing tier. Great tier. Good tier. It sucks. All right. Now that we have our specifics. When I went to Disneyland, I got one of these Kingdom Hearts pens. So there's someone in the chat like this. Explain this. Star Wars takes place in an entire galaxy, right? So how would they introduce them in one world? Haven't been brought that up in Unicross. Would it be a reboot? Don't use Quadratum. Star Wars takes place between multiple worlds, but it doesn't have to. Star Wars can take place and centralize on one planet if it wanted to. Star Wars has told centralized stories before. Anyone who's read some of the Star Wars books can see that this one Star Wars book takes place on this one planet. Star Wars doesn't need to be traveling amongst the stars to be Star Wars. It isn't the actual traveling through space that makes Star Wars Star Wars. It's the methodology behind storytelling that makes Star Wars what it is. And that is the reason why Star Wars has been so popular throughout all of these decades. Are you making the tier list by gameplay, story, or like that in general? We might do a separate list for gameplay, but right now I'm doing a general list for everything. Like, for example, I would put Days in amazing tier. Though I hate the gameplay for that game, I think it is still technically amazing tier because the story is that good and carries it. If you have to experience Days, you're at least getting a fantastic story out of it. Ken, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I just made a tier list for the games. Hey, if you guys want to share your tier list of yourself, I will go ahead and send the tier list here. If you guys want to make your own tier list, there's the link to make your own. You should, if you'd like to, you can go ahead and join the Discord server and send me your tier list afterwards. That way I can actually see it. We have a Kingdom Hearts text channel in there, so you can just spam the Kingdom Hearts text channel with your tier list. And if you do it in time while we're still streaming, I'll look at them and be like, hey, your opinions. Nah, I'm just kidding. I won't hate on any of you. I'll probably question why you think certain things, but that's part of the fun, right? What's the Discord? Exclamation point Discord. Boom. Thank you, my wonderful moderators. I appreciate you. Again, I am still looking for another moderator. So, someone that I see is in here so often. You can do this. No problem, Ken. Thanks for joining the Discord server. All right. Why is it failing? Why is it making sure that some people don't get a role? That is weird. Why is the bot sucking? Missing the point. If Namor limited it to one world, he would be writing himself in a corner if he tried to expand the universe of Star Wars, which we know he would want to. The thing is, Namor would want to do anything he could with these stories. The thing is, it isn't Namor who's really doing this. He's limited in everything. If he really wanted to, he could expand the stories of these Disney worlds to, the ends of the earth. But it's Disney who kind of decides how these things can be structured and what's okay and not okay. And at the end of the day, you can make a good Star Wars world going between it. And even if they made it more than one world or on just one world, it would still fit. Let me tell you this, BG, since you don't seem to really understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying here, actually, let's get real. I'm switching back to this real quick. Let's get real here. Let's get real here. What I'm saying to you is you're very much underestimating the capabilities of Star Wars and Nomura's love for Star Wars. And the very most you can structure it. You've played Kingdom Hearts before, I'm sure. Look at Kingdom Hearts 2, where you go to pirates. Or look at Kingdom Hearts 3, where you go to pirates. And in those worlds, you travel amongst a ship going to various different places. And especially in Cage 2, even vaster places. And the way they structure that, you can have that structured the exact same way for Star Wars. If they really wanted to, they can make it to where once they land, meet Luke and all them, they're just now getting off. Obi-Wan Kenobi, that boy just got ripped in episode 4. They can easily do that. They can make it to where they need to destroy the Death Star. And they're making their way, doing their thing. Sora and them meet up. And when they need to change world they need to go, they need to go out into space, they can easily just make it a map like they did Cage 2. Have a map like they did Cage 3. And when you choose where you want to go, it will play a miniature cutscene of the gummy ship flying through space. They can even fight alongside the X-Wings with the rebels, with the gummy ship. It is capable of doing all the exact same things the other ones are doing. It's a spaceship that can shoot lasers in space. It can do the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. Nomura, let me tell you, Nomura has made it vividly clear in interviews that a lot of Star Wars, served as an inspiration for a lot of fundamentals of Kingdom Hearts. Even the whole light versus dark debacle is inspired off of Star Wars. Star Wars started that. So it's like, just because Nomura really loves Star Wars, that doesn't mean he would be upset he can't do more with it. I'm sure Nomura loves Disney and he wish he could do more with it. I bet you he wish he could do the original stories. As you know, the Disney variations of these stories aren't always the true stories of those characters. Disney didn't make up Peter Pan. They just kind of adopted it and adapted it into its own thing. I love Star Wars because it tells a story that only Star Wars can. A story of tragedy, love, romance, things that you can only get through Star Wars. Things I feel like if you're not a fan of the movies, I completely can understand. All of the movies kind of centralize over one family, and that might not be something everybody cares about. But I say at least things like Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and Rebels are phenomenal. They don't just focus on a Skywalker and stuff. They completely focus on completely other characters. Things like The Mandalorian don't even got a Skywalker in it. It has a completely own separate story. Rogue One is also very fantastic. Solo. All these movies don't got nothing to do with the normal Star Wars and have their own centrally focused plot and would work fantastically. One, in Kingdom Hearts, and two, as somebody who's not really even a fan of Star Wars. Like my mom does not like Star Wars. I can't tell you a single Star Wars movie she did not fall asleep on. Bless her heart. She's gone to the movies with us to see a Star Wars movie, and she says that's one thing Star Wars is good at, is giving her a real good nap. Bless her heart, dude. But she can't really stand Star Wars like that. It's just not something she really cares about. But when The Mandalorian is here now, The Mandalorian ended up being a show she really enjoyed. And we were literally stunned. It just happened maybe a week ago. She's now caught up in both seasons of The Mandalorian. I never would have thought that possible. And that just goes to show you the range Star Wars has as a medium with Disney doing this. I know some people don't care for what Disney's done for the newest movies, and I can agree. I personally don't care for the newest movies either. I'm not mad whatsoever. It's just, I feel like I've explained something, but I feel like it's kind of like in my comments section, not everybody gets what I'm trying to say, which is honestly my fault because I'm not the best at presenting what I'm trying to really say. So you could call that my fault as well. But I'm not mad at anybody yet. I don't think adding Star Wars would be a smart or dumb decision. I trust Nomura to make something good. Nomura's a smart guy. He will make a good product. Even if it's not something everybody likes, it's impossible to please everyone. But with the work he does, he will make millions happy. And that's a fact, whether Star Wars is in it or not. So even if it's just one person that may be in this chat or maybe streaming right now, maybe they won't like it, but I promise you, regardless of how any individual feels, millions will like it. And that is just what Nomura himself is capable of. And regardless of what we personally may feel, that's just a fact. That's always just been the case. You can hear YouTubers talking about how much they hate KH3 all day. But at the end of the day, Kingdom Hearts 3 was still sold well and reviewed well. Don't let the vocal minority of people really make you think differently. I'd say Sora would have a blue keyblade. Blue lightsaber keyblade. Should match his new attire. Yeah, but he's not going to have no red keyblade. And technically, red keyblades aren't exclusive to bad guys. I think they've changed the continuity since Disney's gotten it though. They said that originally it was the color lightsaber you have is based on something about one's heart. But I think now it doesn't even actually matter. As you see in a canon Star Wars game, Fallen Order, you can have whatever freaking color lightsaber you want. KH3 is not bad. I feel old fans are just upset it ain't KH2, and I don't see it for what it is. KH3 was never attempting to be KH2, and for that, it 100% succeeds in what it was trying to do. Just because you don't like KH3 doesn't mean KH3 did not do what it set out to do. And with that, KH2. We're just going to assume they're all the most recent versions of the game, so when you see me carrying KH2 right now, just say Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I'm going to put KH2 in good tier. It is a good KH game with very good combat. With the story and worlds I couldn't care less about, and they're the biggest reasons why I don't care about going back to KH2. I can go back for the cutscenes, but I literally don't even need to play the game to watch those. I'm also not going to include things like 2.8 and 2.5 and 1.5 because those are collections. So yeah, you guys can't see. Thanks, Kristen. She keeps me on my toes. So we're going to fix myself back up. We're gonna go boom, bam, bada bop boom, bow. Thanks, Kristen. I just see you. Hey, we got it. I think he wanted to see eye to eye with someone about Star Wars. I completely agree. I mean, that's all I really wanted to do. I wasn't trying to make anybody upset, and I apologize if I did make you upset, BG. I wasn't trying to make you upset or don't want you to feel that I was upset or coming at you when I most certainly wasn't. That wasn't my intention at all. At the end of the day, I'm passionate about Star Wars. I'm probably more passionate about Star Wars than I am Kingdom Hearts because I've been a fan of Star Wars longer. Again, I've probably been watching Star Wars longer than I've been watching anything else in life. I probably watched Star Wars before I could even talk. That's how long I've been a fan of Star Wars. And I feel if there's anybody that understands Star Wars, it's probably me. So as somebody who knows Kingdom Hearts very well, I analyze the structure of storytelling down to the animations of how characters' facial structures work in Kingdom Hearts on a daily basis. And I've done the same thing with Star Wars for over 20 years. I know Kingdom Hearts and Star Wars like the back of my hand. And I promise you, Star Wars would work perfectly in Kingdom Hearts. But even if it works perfectly in Kingdom Hearts, that wouldn't matter. Even if it could work perfectly, there's still tons of people who probably wouldn't want it in there. If you just don't want Kingdom Hearts and Star Wars, just you don't need to want it. You don't even need a reason for not wanting it. Just say, I don't want Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts. And that's it. No one needs to ask you why. And if somebody does ask you why, you don't need to give them an answer. You could just say, because I just don't. I mean, all right, respect. I mean, you don't want it in there? You don't want it in there. That's fine. No, I mean, I'm not saying you're upset. I'm just saying if you were upset, I apologize because that was not my intention. It's all good. You out here still supporting me as a creator in my grind doing this. I still appreciate you. You still doing things that 9,000 other people aren't doing right now that are subscribed to me. You chose to came out here and support me today. So regardless of our differing opinions on something, you still are a supporter of mine, and I still greatly appreciate you for it regardless. Well, it's a hot take. Wow, you're still live. I am still live. Nobody is in the call with me anymore. I think John and Jaden went to go watch Star Wars The Clone Wars because John's watching it for the first time. So I can take off these headphones because I feel like that was adding to my headache. Xehanort is done, my friend. Yeah, I remember I killed him. Technically, you fight Xehanort in Terra's story at the end. Yeah, that is Xehanort, a man who calls himself Xehanort. Hey, do you think the chessboard and the games are similar to the Book of Prophecy? In what way, Larry? I was talking earlier on stream about Star Wars, Kale. One thing for sure. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Kale. Let me know if I'm mispronouncing your name. I don't know if there's a different way to pronounce it or something. Just want to make sure. As much as I want Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts, I feel like now might not fresh cut though. I need one. Hey, I appreciate it. I did get it. I told y'all when I get that haircut, bro, he was gonna hook me up. He was gonna hook me up. The thing about it though, in a universe where these things don't exist, light and darkness don't exist, doesn't a whole series about light versus darkness kind of seem like not a good time? You got it right? Whew, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Don't want you to have to deal with the streamer who keeps saying his name wrong. So I don't want to say your name wrong. Or her name wrong, excuse me. Well, yeah, a lot of people joined the Discord server today. I didn't even realize. Hey, we're 9 likes away from hitting the goal. So again, we all gonna get a virtual hug if we can hit 50 likes. Frozen's probably not gonna be in the next one. If it is, it'd be Frozen 2. I wouldn't care. Frozen's a good movie. I wouldn't care. I'm not one of those people who hates it. Just like I'm not one of those people who hates Fortnite. I don't hate Fortnite. Fortnite's a fantastic game. Anyone can play Fortnite and realize it's a fantastic game. It's made very, very well. Just because it's not your cup of tea doesn't mean it's a bad game. Same thing with Frozen. Just because you got tired of people talking about it and you got sick of Let It Go doesn't mean it's a bad movie. No, you're good, Ken. Don't even worry about it. Any way you can share the stream, even if it's sending a link to a homie in Discord, sending it to your granddaddy, your grandmama, somebody, auntie, your uncles, open up the iPad for your doggo, something. Arendelle wasn't boring. Bad dancing, not hugging. I can't dance at all, so I couldn't good dance even if I wanted to. $50 likes the goal. I mean, we're already right there, but the hug will be cringe. Hey, you're cringe. All right, Roy? You're cringe. Let me be cringe in peace, all right? Everybody sleep. They sleep. Hey, if they sleep, wake them up. It's 11:11. My wish is for you to wake up and watch this stream. Seeing you guys put your tier list in there. All right, in the Discord server, much love. All right, I'm going to finish my tier list. Let's do this. All right. I'm tired of Winnie the Pooh and Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Really enjoying your recent videos on Melody of Memory. Keep up the good work, dude. I appreciate it. Rocker Core, I appreciate it. You want to Wreck-It Ralph world? That'd be kind of cool. Okay, here. Melody of Memory. I'm going to put it in. Okay, let's not do Melody of Memory first. Let's reset. Let's start with Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1, I'm going to put it in great tier. Kingdom Hearts 1. I feel Kingdom Hearts 1 is a little plain. It has the identity of what Kingdom Hearts is all about, but I feel like it's missing a little pizzazz, and that's likely just because it's old. So it's not the best Kingdom Hearts game. I wouldn't even say it's amazing. It is a game I greatly respect because of what it ended up setting up. And honestly, if you just wanted to play Kingdom Hearts 1 and not dive into the rabbit hole that is this series, I think you'd still be okay and still say you like Kingdom Hearts because you enjoyed this game. Simple and clean. You know, my camera cut out. Reset, activate, or deactivate, activate. There we go. Right happened. Want to join back? Okay, you guys are here again. Okay, I'm just making a tier list. Okay, freak, my phone just fell and hit my head. I guess I'm putting my headset back on. Hey, I'm not alone anymore.
Oh no, bro. We're not doing no K tier list. Get out of here with this, bro. I don't want to deal with this.
All right, bro. Mute me, bro.
No, bro. I don't want it. They're giving
KH1 is in great tier. It's not amazing. It's not in GOAT tier. It's great. Again, for the reasoning that if you literally just wanted to play Kingdom Hearts 1, didn't want to dive into the rabbit hole that is this series, I think you still get a great game out of it. I think it still has the identity that makes it Kingdom Hearts. And at the end of the day, still, I think it set out what it was trying to do very, very well and leaves an ambiguous enough ending that you can always just make an assumption if you wanted to. And the gameplay is solid enough that it is better than some games that go forward. But at the end of the day, I think it's a great game. I still think it's a great game, even to this day. Next one up. Yes, but I might ignore you. Continue.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna just let that be. Let people take that how they want. Let that air out.
I was just joking. It's like, dang, that's how KingdomAce is? Dang, bro.
See how quickly it was probably all nice before joining here too.
It's like, dang, I forgot I was streaming. Prodigy, my
Jordan,
bestie.
why is Ahsoka the best character in Star Wars?
Bro, you ain't seen nothing yet, bro. She gets so good. So good, dude. She's great.
The character archetype I like.
Yeah, I mean, she was definitely annoying at first to me. And I was like, bro, who is this?
Why she would be annoying? Because she would like mess everything up. Well, not intentionally, but like I don't know, things just wouldn't go her way a lot of the time, even though people told her to not do certain things.
I mean, I was also in 5th grade when I met Ahsoka, so I feel like maybe my reasonings, weren't exactly fully logical back then. But okay. Rechain of Memories. I'm going to put Rechain of Memories in great tier also, but I'm going to put it above Kingdom Hearts 1.
You said above Kingdom Hearts 1?
Let me talk. I'm streaming. Rechain of Memories I'm putting above Kingdom Hearts 1. Primarily, the game is very, very different than Kingdom Hearts 1. Primarily because I find the story of Kingdom to Rechain of Memories more interesting than Kingdom Hearts 1's, though I think that is primarily just the cutscenes within Castle Oblivion. I couldn't care less about the story within the actual Disney worlds, because in that perspective, it is a very, very big step down from Kingdom Hearts 1, especially since a lot of it is just a retelling in a way, and a just much worse point of view. You're crazy. Oh, bro. Oh, no. Hey, we told this at the beginning, guys. We said this at the beginning. It's okay to have different opinions, because my opinions on this series does nothing but changing yours.
It's like, look, I don't need this. This doesn't upset me that much, because like if you say you like Chain of Memories more than the KH1, it's like I'm just gonna be disappointed. I'm not gonna be mad, but I'll be disappointed.
No.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Noir?
There are some good reasons. There are some good reasons.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, I think the story is more intriguing when it comes to the actual cutscenes within Castle Oblivion. If we're talking Disney Worlds, again, those are majorly disappointing by how well they were presented in Kingdom Hearts 1. Though I do find that the combat is very different and is definitely not everybody's thing, I find it interesting enough to constantly keep me engaged. There's not a single situation to where I feel like I'm not paying attention or I'm just getting through this game. I feel like I'm constantly thinking about every action I take in combat, because it's just that interesting. And even if you can cheese Rechain of Memories, which you can cheese plenty of Kingdom Hearts games, I find being able to cheese this game fun. I genuinely find that enjoyable, especially when you can make your playthroughs of each of the Disney worlds different enough gameplay wise because of how you can change up rooms to be whatever layout you want to. I find that more interesting than just static the same every time you go through it. I find that aspect of it more interesting. Overall, I find Rechain of Memories just more interesting than Kingdom Hearts 1. That's why I'd consider them both great games. They're just great for different reasonings. I will definitely go back and replay Rechain of Memories quicker than I will replay Kingdom Hearts 1, simply solely for that reason.
I think.
So are we ranking the Kingdom Hearts game solely based on story or gameplay or both?
I'm just ranking them generally on stream right now.
I think the best thing about Chain of Memories story is definitely like Nominate for me. Like she like if Nominate wasn't part of Chain of Memories story, I probably wouldn't care about it as much.
I like Nominate, but I don't care about her that much. I genuinely just find the whole aspect of the Castle Oblivion as a whole and the organization members, multiple of them being traitors. I find that aspect of it interesting, especially when this is our first introduction to them just being the organization or Organization 13. They're not a very organized organization. If the first time we're meeting them, they're already realizing that some of them are trying to betray their own ranks. And it was our introduction to Axel, which is a really cool and honestly fan favorite character. And I find his interaction, as you can kind of tell, yeah, he's on the enemy side, but he didn't necessarily.
That's not my interaction. My introduction was Cage 2.
I think Days makes Chain of Memories a way more interesting story overall, because I feel like actually being able to interact with a lot of those members before they go to Castle Oblivion kind of like creates it gives you a little bit more context, connection to them, what they were trying to do. While if you even just going from Chain of Memories to Kingdom Hearts 2, it's kind of like it's very vague, it's extremely vague. And characters like Axel in Chain of Memories he's a completely different character in Chain of Memories. They're just straight up like he's not the lovable Axel that like we know from Cage 2 and like Days. He actually feels like a villain in Chain of Memories.
And in a way, I feel that
but
that's even more interesting.
A unique kind of villain. He was
definitely a unique kind of villain. You could tell like he stood out more than everyone else, and you could tell he was like above the rest of them, I guess you could say, at the time, because he was in on something that no one else really was. It's like I think Chain of Memories it's hard because like it's hard for me to like it more than Cage 1, because like I feel like its story doesn't really stand on its own too well compared to the other Kingdom Hearts games. Like this game is enhanced by like a lot of the other titles a lot more than it like is by itself. Like by itself, it's just like I don't know. It can definitely be a little boring-ish, except for mostly the endings, I feel like. But Nominate definitely helps the story a lot. Like getting little cutscenes with her and the organization members. Really, really fun.
I can agree to disagree. I can agree to disagree. Now, on to people disliking the stream. KH2. I am going to put...
Damn.
I'm going to put KH2... I'm going to put KH2, definitively, this is 2020 thoughts. I'm going to put KH2 in great tier above the other two. I find KH2 to be a great game.
Great tier?
Great tier. It is a great game. And the reasoning I have for that is KH2 has a better story than both the other games. Arguable Chain of Memories, in my opinion, because at least the cutscenes in the Castle Oblivion are still interesting to me, even if I'm looking in retrospect or if it's a first playthrough. I generally find the concept of what was going on there more interesting than saving some girl I met for 10 minutes in KH1. That is personally just more interesting to me personally. And KH2 was interesting enough because it was a reintroduction to a lot of characters we've seen before. The introduction of Roxas and his tie to Sora, taking down the rest of the organization. The gameplay is fantastic. It's honestly arguably the best in the series. Especially if we're considering Final Mix here, all the additional boss fights that make things just so fulfilling and so interesting and so enjoyable to play. The gameplay is arguably the best, and so that in itself can make it great, if not amazing. But the thing that falls back so much is the story. While it is still interesting and arguably just as interesting, if not more than the other two that we've talked about, I just feel at the same time I want to skip every cutscene after playing through the game once. I maybe will watch the ending cutscenes because they raw. But at the same time, I want to get through this. And a big thing too, probably the worst thing about KH2 is the worlds. The worlds of KH2 suck. They suck. I don't care what anybody says. In my opinion, they suck. I don't like going to Mulan's world. I don't like going to Atlantica.
No,
I don't care about Tron.
Jordan, let me just say this.
I don't interrupt Jordan's YouTube video.
I'm sorry, but I really got to put this out there because I don't fully disagree with you, Jordan. Because when I think about replaying through Kingdom Hearts 2, a lot of times I look back at the worlds I have to go through and I think about like Port Royal. It's like, oh, I really don't want to go through that world.
Right.
And also, Kingdom Hearts 2 suffers from a pacing issue, big time, because it's disgusting because you things pick up at random intervals, and then you spend like a couple hours in a Disney World, and it's not important to the overall story. And things are just so damn slow paced sometimes.
Right. All right, Mike, you have a go on me. But yeah, in addition to what Noir was saying too, I mean, the world structure, I don't even feel like you can be a fan of Cage 2 and still kind of agree the way they structured worlds kind of sucked. I just genuinely didn't enjoy really any of them. I enjoyed them earlier on, but in retrospective, all these years later, dang near 15 years later, those worlds are really annoying to go back to. I don't like Pirates of the Caribbean in that game. I don't like it. It's annoying. It's not fun. It's not aesthetically pleasing. It's ugly. It's just not fun to go to. I don't like going to Lion King. It's boring and pointless. Tron is okay, but it feels gimmicky, and the world design sucks in that world because the way they tried to design it to look like Tron did not help the actual design of the actual map. It did not help. A lot of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2 just sucked to me. And even worse, you have to go to these stupid worlds twice. The fact that they completely destroy the pace of the game by making you go to these stupid worlds twice is the biggest deal breaker for me. Do you like Beast Castle? Beast Castle is one of the better ones. But on repeat playthroughs, it's one I don't look forward to either. I don't look forward to any of them. All right, Jesse, you have a good night. I'm not looking forward to any of the worlds in Cage 2, but if I loathe all of these worlds, that one I'm not loathing that much going to. The World That Never Was is also a great world. That's one of the great worlds I do enjoy. I do enjoy that. I also don't mind Radiant Garden, but every Disney
Yeah, but those are
world,
original worlds.
those are original worlds. The
Okay.
Disney
Do you really
worlds
think every
suck.
Disney World sucks? Because I think I'll say like half of them suck. Like I remember sitting down like in a stream and I went through all of them. I think about half of them I don't like. Maybe even a little more than
I don't
that.
like none
But
of
like
them.
I think worlds like Tron are implemented amazingly into the Kingdom Hearts stories, and even worlds like Beast Castle and Olympus Coliseum, I think, are done pretty well. Same thing goes for Townless River. Like, do you think worlds like that even suck?
Here's the thing. When I say that they suck, I'm not saying that they weren't implemented in the game the way they should have been. I think they were all implemented in the ways that probably worked best, especially Tron. But that doesn't make playing Tron's world actually fun. It's cool that Tron exists within the computer in Radiant Garden. That's awesome. That's raw. But that doesn't make actually playing it fun because
So
it's
is your
not.
issue, so is your issue with the Disney worlds more in a gameplay sense? Because like for me, my issue is the
Yes.
opposite, I guess. Like for Kingdom Hearts 2's gameplay is what makes Disney worlds tolerable for me. While the story is the biggest issue I have with KH2 Disney Worlds, the worlds like the ones I listed off, for in my opinion at least, do have great stories in Kingdom Hearts 2.
It's boring in every way for me. I don't care about the very poorly watered down versions of the movies. I don't care about the very not good design to having to repeat worlds. I don't like that
I
whatsoever.
don't like second visits either because it literally like
It's a pace breaker.
imagine if like Lion King, like the original Lion King, right, was just part one and like part two, like and they just dragged it out. Like that's kind of how like Disney World's feel in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's like we take these well constructed, complete stories and split them apart. Like that's how it is.
Also, I gotta say, I another problem that I have with the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2 is the fact that they don't really bring that original flair that was in the first game or even Chain of Memories. Because when you go through the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1, while you may sort of follow the plot, of the movie, it's more or less going to be completely original. So, but with Kingdom Hearts 2, you follow the plot of the movie, just with Sora, Donald, and Goofy there. So it's I don't know. I really don't like that, and frankly, that's been a problem with a lot of Disney worlds since then. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 was stepping in the right direction by having some worlds with unique plots that wasn't solely based on the plot of the film. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think that Kingdom Hearts needs to prioritize doing more original stories of these worlds, whether they be prequels to the movies or sequels to the movies, or even a different continuity of the movies. I think that will still end up being a much more interesting final product than giving us a watered down version of the story, because then you'll end up having things like Arendelle Caves 3 or even missing fragmented pieces of Tangled's world, despite that being one of my favorite worlds in that game. But going forward, so I can not have people hate me, the next game, Days. I am going to put Days.
Good.
Amazing tier.
I'm going to put Days in amazing tier.
Yeah.
And that is solely for the
Based on the
story.
story.
Solely.
I'm
The
not gonna
Kingdom,
lie, gameplay's even good now.
it's not.
Maybe I need to replay it.
I'd honestly recommend it.
I replayed that game 2 years ago. It's not good even now. 20-year-old KingdomAce still didn't like it. 21-year-old KingdomAce didn't like it.
Gameplay fire.
It's disgusting. It's what you play on the toilet.
I'll respect it though for your tier list.
Hey, I appreciate that. Days, that story, I'm mainly putting Days in amazing tier, everybody. Primarily for the fact that it has an amazing story. Generally, this list is composed of their placements being a general consensus of how I feel about that specific game in total. Of course, gameplay is added into this. I do not like gameplay of Days at all. I don't like the structure of the missions. I don't like them. I don't care if you have a mission-based Kingdom Hearts game, because at the end of the day, that's just how the game would only ever work. But even if they did that, the missions that you do suck 90% of the time. But other than that, I still like gameplay elements of how, putting your upgrades and stuff in the grid and all that kind of stuff is cool. Recoded definitely does all of that stuff much better. Everything gameplay wise that Days sets out to do, Recoded does better. Most people that have played Recoded feel the exact same way. That's just the case. The story is honestly fantastic. If you haven't seen the story for Days, one, I don't know why you in here. Two, you should definitely experience it. It is absolutely phenomenal. Not
Days
better
was one
than
of
what we
the
got coming
first
up
games
though.
to make me feel sad. Like, and that's
Yeah.
a good thing, because it brought out like some genuine emotion. Because like Kingdom Hearts 1 was bittersweet, and so was Chain of Memories, and Kingdom Hearts 2, same deal. But it was like, I'm happy that it's kind of a okay ending, but it's like, for one reason or another, it's bittersweet. 358 genuinely felt sad at the end of the game. Genuinely.
I agree.
I think Days I think Days, like, after replaying it recently, and like I played it a lot. I did like every mission in the game and everything on this playthrough. Collect as much stuff as I could and all yada yada. Like, I feel like this game easily, for me,
What's up,
some of the
Christiora?
best dialogue in the entire Kingdom Hearts series. And it's weird I'm saying this right now because I had the complete opposite opinion growing up. I think Days probably has some of the best Disney World stories as well.
I can agree to that. That doesn't mean I
Because,
think the structure of the actual
like,
missions themselves are good.
even more so than like with Sora, like, the Disney worlds impact Sora greatly in the series, but like in Days, it's like they have like they have like these little TED Talk sessions after every single Disney world that you don't see in the movie, that I just like love so much. And like seeing Shion and Rox's characters who are like relatively all they know is that they have to go to work, beat Heartless, and then afterwards the only thing they do on their free time is sit down and like eat ice cream, and they just sit down and talk about these things, their experiences, and how it like affects them. They relate to their own personal friendships. Like, huh? I look at the relationship between Aladdin and Genie, and they're like, do we kind of have a relationship like that, a bond like that? And they like genuinely question themselves on things like that, and I don't know. I just think it's like really cool. I love it.
All right. With that being said, let's move on to the next Kingdom Hearts game that was released. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. This one I'm very sentimental
really quick,
for.
You guys want to rate my pizza?
No.
Rate your pizza?
Yeah, I'll rate your pizza.
Yes.
My opinion changes on BBS every 2 weeks.
Birth by Sleep, I'm biased towards. That was the first Kingdom Hearts game I actually played because that was the newest game coming out when I found out Kingdom Hearts was actually a game series and not just a manga series. So I'm very sentimental to this one. I'm going to put, despite all of its drawbacks, which is a great many, I'm going to put it in amazing tier, above Days by far. Primarily, mainly because, one, Birth by Sleep is better than Days in 99% of ways. Because though I don't think it has a as impactful story, I think it still works very, very well because it introduces us to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, very many important characters to this series, especially our overall main villain for this phase of Kingdom Hearts, and 3 very important Keyblade wielders going forward. Those who would affect the lives of the Keyblade wielders we've already met in this series. And the fact that what these characters had to go through and in this game and after this game is still so impactful. All the years Aqua had to live in the realm of darkness, what Terra had to go through, having to lose his body, then I guess winning and losing the fight against Vanitas, because him winning still made him lose something at the end of the day. It still, and especially with the setup of Zigbar and him in the end being Lucio and just setting up to make sure he can get the Keyblade in the end, because that was a deal he made with Xehanort back then anyway, all the way back then, it set up a bunch of greatness for this series. And I overall think the combat and gameplay is much more enjoyable than Days was, though I'm still not a fan of the multi-person structure. I think it can work. I think Dream Drop Distance does it very well, better than Birth by Sleep does, but I still think that they made it well enough because I don't think these adventures could have worked them being together the entire time. It was important that these characters went off on their own and experience the things that they did, as that is vital to make the series that we've already seen end up working the way it did, especially because a lot of these actions had underlying effects without us realizing it at the time. And that's why it's an obvious pick. Birth by Sleep, I'll put it over Days, despite me still thinking Days' story is, as an individual, more hard-hitting than Birth by Sleep's is. I still never understand Vanitas and Ventus. Vanitas is a being created from Ventus's darkness. A long time ago, when Ventus was under the tutelage of Master Xehanort, he used the Keyblade to extract all the darkness that lives within Ventus's heart, as every human being has both dark and light living in their heart. That's why they have the freedom to choose which they side with. They could even just be a well-balanced all of it, like a normal human being would. They probably lie every time. They probably stole the cookie jar, something out of the cookie jar as a kid, but at the end of the day, they out here robbing banks. They ain't out here robbing banks. So, but that's the kind of thing that the person be. But the fact that Xehanort stole all the darkness out of Ventus forced him to be one kind of person. And the darkness that was extracted out of Ventus's heart ended up becoming the being known as Vanitas, and he was created solely for the purpose of them clashing to create the Keyblade. That was the whole reason that Vanitas exists, and that is what Vanitas and Ventus really are. But they call him his unversed. Vanitas is not his unversed. They've never said that in the series. Vanitas,
that's never.
Vanitas controls the unversed. They are, you can call them a byproduct of the negative emotions, and they are negative emotions given form. That's basically all that they are. He's not an unversed. If he was an unversed, he would have the unversed symbol, and he don't have the unversed symbol, I don't think. I'm sad people say Birth by Sleep is poorly written. It carries so many prequel purposes aspects so well. The characters are stark contrast to the Disney trio and sets up the Keyblade lore so well. People who say that Birth by Sleep is poorly written also think the prequel trilogy of Star Wars is poorly written. Those kind of stories serve a purpose. They have to set up what was created before it, because what was created before it also takes place after it. That is the job of a prequel. And in the end, that just has to be done. That has to take precedent over anything new that they really want to do. What's up, Miriam? Then we go more into detail in Unicross about KH3 and about Ventus. I messed up Vanitas. Vanitas is what I meant to say. No, you're good. Vanitas is the source of the unverse, at least in Birth by Sleep, right? Yes, he is the source of the unverse in KH3 also. The unversed cannot exist without Vanitas existing. I love the prequel trilogy. Prequel trilogy is great. It's got its flaws, but it's great.
Now, there is kind of an inconsistency in Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 3. So, like, after you defeat the Vanitas, you go to places where you can find unversed, they're still there. But it's obvious that they just put, like, they're still there because they can't just get rid of mobs like that. But in the lore of Kingdom Hearts, the unversed cannot exist if Vanitas doesn't, because they are a byproduct of his negative emotions. So, yep.
I agree. All right. So next,
now, Jordan, I'm not too sure if I would put Birth by Sleep in amazing tier, because yeah, story is one thing, but gameplay, I have mixed feelings about the game, and John knows.
I know. I've heard it for like 5 years from others.
at the end of the day, I'll play Birth by Sleep quicker than I will play Kingdom Hearts 2.
Birth by Sleep's a very replayable KH game. Yeah.
It's shorter, more digestible. You know, it's alright.
World fucking BBS though. That's the only thing that's okay. Birth by Sleep would easily be above Dream Drop for me if the Disney Worlds were better, but it's debatable for me.
The next Kingdom Hearts game, Kingdom Hearts Recoded. This first Kingdom Hearts game I ever got at launch. Yeah, I remember getting it at GameStop. What a time to be alive. Unversed is the Walmart of the Heartless. That's crazy, bro. Walmart brand. That's crazy. Shouldn't Aqua be like 30 something? She's probably late 20s.
She's actually like 31 with the body of a 19-year-old. I did the math.
Yes, sir. I am going to lose all credibility from this. No, I won't. KH Recoded. That's so disrespectful. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all know my dilemma before I say it. Recoded has better gameplay than all of these games on this list besides Kingdom Hearts 2. It does. I can easily say that. I played through Recoded. I have played through that game all the way through multiple times. I've played through that game multiple times. I've been playing that game for dang near a decade now. I have a yearly playthrough of that game. Recoded's gameplay is very solid.
10 times better than Birth by Sleep to me. That I do not like that game's gameplay at all. It just feels terrible. But Recoded feels more normal, which is why I like
Jordan, that's cap.
No, I promise you I'm not capping. I'm not capping. The thing about it is, though, the gameplay is way more consistent and there's a much more sense of satisfaction from everything. A lot of it comes from sound design. The sound design that you get from Keyblades, honestly, even being on the DS, still is more satisfying to hear with each shot than in Birth by Sleep. Specifically, one, the command system has already been more fleshed out because this game comes out afterwards. You can also change the difficulty at any moment in time you want to. The upgrade system is It's like Days, which was already good in that game, but done 10 times better. It's
think
literally everything I liked about
main thing
Days
that's
and took
boring.
out the bad stuff.
Main thing
Is the
that's boring
story.
about that game is just beating up bugs.
I don't even think that's really a bad part because they make the bugs still unique though. They still have it unique. I still think Birth by Sleep is fun. Ours.
It's less about the bugs themselves and more about how they look. It's just samey looking, beating up the same bugs.
Chain of Memories definitely has better gameplay than Coded.
Coded, yes,
That-
but not
that-
recoded.
Yeah, you know what I meant. Chain of Memories has better gameplay than Recoded.
No sir, no sir.
No, it
sir.
doesn't.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Look at this. I'm a rechain of memories show. I promise you, I will arguably say that game is better. I only didn't say it was better than KH2 because I didn't want people to unsubscribe. There, y'all know the truth now. It's in actuality, boom, that's greater. All right, now y'all know the truth of what I'm really like.
You're just a liar.
No, I genuinely, I have more fun. I have more fun and get more I get more enjoyment out of Rechain of Memories than KH2. All right, that's just the case. But fine.
We need more people like you, though. Diversity.
All right.
More people like you, so we can yell at you and tell you you're wrong because you are.
Look, Jordan.
How about y'all yell at some clouds? All right.
What?
Yell at some clouds, bro.
I
Why
can't.
would I yell at some
Never
clouds?
mind. I can't say that. Spoiler.
Look, Rechain of Memories has, I feel like, better gameplay than Recoded, just because of the customization that comes with the deck and the overall creative freedom. Now, yes, there is, to some extent, some customization in Recoded, especially with the panels system or like the stat matrix. But in terms of actual gameplay application, there's not a whole lot in comparison to Rechain of Memories.
Recode is still better than all of those games.
That game is not fun unless you want to play it the way it's meant to be played.
Going forward, now that we know Recoded is better than Birth by Sleep, Rechain of Memories, KH1, Days, and easier to digest than KH2, let's go on. I will say, I mean, all of these games are great. None of them are even in the good tier. So, moving forward, the next game, Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance.
Good tier. Put that in good tier. It's no way is it great or amazing. Put that in good tier.
We know you hate Dream Drop. Be quiet.
I don't hate Dream Drop.
Dream Drop.
You told me you hate Dream Drop.
Dream
No,
Drop.
I said I had mixed feelings, my guy.
No, bro. When I met you, I sat down and called with you about how you can't stand Dream Drop Distance.
Sometimes I actually legitimately cannot stand Dream Drop Distance, and I
Hey,
think
bro,
you caught me.
that's his mixed feelings.
And I think you caught me.
No, we're not gonna spoil.
I think you had caught me in the middle of my playthrough of Dream Drop Distance, and I was just dealing with a mechanic in the game that is just frustrating. The staggering mechanic and how much damage you take. Like, there's a lot of things when it comes to playing Dream Drop Distance that you don't see anywhere else. That it's just a huge problem.
And with that, Dream Drop Distance is in GOAT tier. Those of you guys that know me personally probably already saw this coming. It is Birth by Sleep, but better in every way. It feels better to actually play that game. Everybody has a weird sense of weight in Birth by Sleep, but at the same time feel so floaty at the same time. It's such a strange feeling. The
Jordan,
command
that's a
stuff.
really weird take because I like Dream Drop a lot, but I hate Birth by Sleep the way it plays. They don't feel the same to me. That's an interesting take.
it's strange. It's honestly Birth by Sleep and How It Plays is strange enough as it is. But Dream Drop Distance feels like they took the way Birth by Sleep played, completely deleted the whole document and redid it. So they're genuinely not the same, but they from the same roots. So at the same time, it also went and changed the command style to be something so much more centralized. It is more limited than the other games, which is why I don't think it's as good as Recoded. I also think it's easier to manipulate and kind of cheese the gameplay. Over Recoded. Recoded, you can cheese stuff. You could cheese something in every Kingdom Hearts game, but it requires a lot more skill, and there is a lot more satisfaction, especially with like the tree system with gameplay. That is in and of itself, that alone makes the gameplay of Recoded better. But I still think there's two facts that make Dream Drop Distance better than all of these games so far. And that is because, one, it added a complexity to the story that I personally love, that being time travel. Though Kingdom Hearts 3 fleshed out the time travel to be better, I was one of the people who understood the time travel off the get-go, and I genuinely just enjoyed it. Plus, the story from the actual Disney worlds were the best so far in my eyes. I genuinely really like them. Days is a very close second. The story in the Disney World specifically, I felt were very, very well done. Not as good as Days' the story of the Disney Worlds, but I feel it was definitely a cut above the rest of the other ones. And the general story was absolutely fantastic. Again, like I said, it added a complexity that we hadn't had in Kingdom Hearts before. It took another step forward in a direction I'm all about, because I'm all about digging a layer deeper into lore. I am a fan of Zelda. You literally can't get the lore any other way besides digging for it, because at the surface you can tell it is a very general game, but when you have the ability to look under the surface, it's absolutely stellar. And the gameplay is also really fun. I think it's extremely lacking, again, compared to some other games, though, again, in and of itself of how the game handles, it's still more fun. The Disney worlds, it's got Neku in it. There's not a single world in that game I dread going to. They're all fun to go to. I loved going to the Musketeers. I still loved going to Prankster's Paradise. I love going to Hunchback of Notre Dame. The music slapped in that game. It slapped. Dream Drop Distance OST.
Even though on 3DS that was terrible, but it's Tron.
And it's on PS4 now, so that I can't even call it a valid complaint anymore, because it's on PS4 and it fits a lot better. So I genuinely think it's fire. It's fire. Hunchback was a very dark world, Kale, just like you say. It is very dark, and I loved it. I absolutely loved how they handled it. That's why I say when people say dark stories don't fit Kingdom Hearts, especially when we're talking about Square Worlds being it, because that's a common comment that I get frequently, that they wouldn't be able to put dark stuff in Kingdom Hearts. They already have. It's not necessarily that they can't do it. It's about how they do it. It's how you present these things is what really dictates this. And this is an instance where I feel they do dark themes very, very well. These are real people, and dark things happen in these universes. They have human experimentation on children in this series. You trying to tell me it can't do dark stuff? That's dark, regardless of how you look at it. Even implications of it. Even though, like, had an Ocarina of Time, they had people getting tortured and stuff underneath the village. Even though you didn't see the people getting tortured, you saw where they got tortured. You can clearly tell. This stream's demonetized, but you can still clearly tell people were getting tortured here. There's blood stains everywhere. You can clearly tell people died here. People were whipped. People were destroyed here.
That game,
My ideal
for me,
world draws one
the
step
big empty
closer.
worlds and the bosses.
Thanks, W Killer. Thanks so much for
Yes, and
subscribing.
yes.
You're a warrior of courage now. I appreciate you.
But it's not enough for me to dislike the game, because it's definitely a top 5 Kingdom Hearts game.
Look, Dream Drop Distance is I will say this. My positive feelings towards Dream Drop Distance. I like the story. Okay, I like the story. I like the two character system, although the drop mechanic
Riku,
is
gas.
probably one of the
Yes.
worst. The drop mechanic is probably one of the worst things in the game. But yes, Riku
Use
is
drop me
gas
not.
in that
Drop
game.
me nots.
Let me finish.
Takes 2
Let me
seconds.
finish. Let me finish. So gameplay is good sometimes. Riku is gas. Story is gas. I love the flow motion mechanic, even though it's kind of broken. I love the reality shift, especially since it changes with every world you go to, so it adds uniqueness to the gameplay. Trying to think of it quickly and off the top of my head. That's all I can think of right now. I'm pretty sure there's other things that I think are pretty good about Dream Up Distance, but that's probably it right now. But
Keyblade designs.
I don't know. What was that?
Keyblade designs are cool.
Keyblade designs raw.
Yes, they are.
World designs, Kino, the bosses in the actual worlds I felt were fun, even though it lacked in post-game content. Even though a good chunk of them are just Dream Eater bosses, they were still fun. The music was raw. It fit the mood. Dream Drop Distance, GOAT tier. Moving on to the next game. We are going on to, I'm actually going to go ahead and go to Unicross Dark Road here. Because, well, I guess that technically did come out for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yuck.
I am going to put Kingdom Hearts Unicross and Dark Road. This is mainly, you're hearing Noir Little Bomber, and you're hearing Jaden 2602, and you're hearing Prodigy XCD, despite him not talking for the last 5 minutes. It is going to be in GOAT tier for me. Primarily for the story only. I hate the gameplay. I cannot stand.
As a compromise.
No, because that's
but
how
Jordan,
good
you're
the
only
story
looking at one
is.
aspect and then judging it solely based off that. You're not.
No, it's that good. It's that good. Do you know how many videos I got out of
It's
Union
a weird
Cross?
game to add up there. One, because you don't play it, you just watch it.
The fact that you put Union Cross Dark Road above Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1 by 2 tiers is killing me.
I'm out here, bro. With the opinion. Let's go. Union Cross story is that good. It's that good.
I can't capitalize. Really.
Playing it's not though.
Playing it is not, but watching the cutscenes on YouTube. Shout out to
That's
KH
not
Insider.
playing the game though.
It don't matter. We're not talking about playing the game. The tier list is which is the best Kingdom Hearts.
How can you rank a game if you don't play it?
No, the thing is though, you don't need to play a game to experience the story. I am rating Union Cross for everything it has to offer. I have played well enough of Union Cross to rate its gameplay. I have also played enough and seen enough to rate its story. And for that instance, the gameplay of the
playing itself for you.
The thing is, Dark Road, I'm not really referring to Dark Road. Dark Road would definitely not be in GOAT tier. It would just be in good tier, if I'm being honest. But we're talking about Union Cross here. I think the story of Union Cross is that good. I think it has the best individual story of any Kingdom Hearts game. And I genuinely think that because of every bit of lore and addition it's given to so many characters, Ava, the other foretellers, Lucio, the Master of Masters, Ephemer, Brain, Skull, all of these individual characters all got so much added to their own personal stories. Though some have gotten more than others, I believe the story that we've gotten from them is more than enough to add it all together, make up for its terrible story. Just like why gacha games, people don't really care about the gacha gameplay. They like the result of what you get out of it. And what I get out of playing Union Cross is the story, and which is why the story better be good enough to make up for the rest of what I don't care about, which is why in this case, It most certainly does. Though I feel Dream Drop Distance having a great story and good gameplay to me is what makes it over Union Cross. That is what it means to me. The gameplay sucks. I completely understand, but the story makes it that much better. Just the story. Yes, I'm wild. I know W Killer. I'm out here. The audacity. I know. KingdomAce, we can't trust what he say. You don't gotta trust what I say. This is my opinion. That's why I told y'all, exclamation point Discord. You guys can most certainly join the Discord server and make your own tier list. I will most certainly send the link for the tier list once again. Some of you guys have already been sending it to me. Send me your tier list. I'd love to see them because after I'm done, I will be making sure I go and look at you guys' tier list and judge you for your terrible decisions. I mean, respecting your opinions and just seeing what you have to say. That is why. So, yes, you should play Unicross for Kingdom Hearts 3 because there are references to Unicross in Kingdom Hearts 3. Going forward, now, because I'm not including the collections and everything like that, or VCast. We could put VCast down here if you really want to. But I am going to put Kingdom Hearts 3.
I see it. It took a second.
Oh, reconnection successful.
Yeah, you're back.
Are we back? Everybody can hear me? You can see my stream still? Okay. I guess the stream died. Wait, first, you guys made us hit 50 likes. So you guys know what that means. You guys know what that means. All right, come here.
Back up.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Oh, God.
You good, bro. You good. Nah, y'all knew what was coming, bro. I had to give y'all a little. I'm not necessarily saying a peck on the cheek. Bro, I'm just saying.
At least you didn't call us your pog champ.
I mean, if y'all want to be my little pog champ, all right. I didn't say that. All right.
Jordan, where do you put Kingdom Hearts 3?
I'm sure there are these the best Kingdom Hearts games? Yes, Dovax. This is a definitive list of what the best Kingdom Hearts games are. This is a definitive list.
That is beyond cap.
Hey, hold on.
All right.
Yo, that's Dovax. What's up, Dovax?
I am going to put Kingdom Hearts 3 in GOAT tier as the best Kingdom Hearts game.
Okay.
I think Kingdom Hearts 3 sets out to do exactly what it intended to do from start to finish. Though it may not be what everybody wanted it to, and it might not have covered everything people wanted it to, and they might have had their own expectations for things, I think Kingdom Hearts 3 accomplished its goal, what it set out to accomplish, very, very well. Be that what you may not have wanted. Hey, I'm cultured,
Hey,
bro.
where's 0.2?
Y'all hating. Oh, shoot, 0.2? It's not even on here.
Send the VCast on 0.2.
How about 2.8? 2.8. I'm going to put it as amazing. Over Birth by Sleep.
No.
Yeah.
Gameplay is better than
Yeah.
Birth by Sleep. It's better than Birth by Sleep.
Honestly,
Yeah.
0.2 got the third. Actually, I think it's tied with Cage 3, but because Aqua was just fun.
Aqua's fun. It was fun. I mean, it was really short, and that's all it really had to offer. But
But
0.
Gameplay did not age very well.
It aged better than Days did.
No,
better
I
than
think
half of
I
these
honestly
games.
think
You
Days
can't tell
aged
me.
better.
You can't tell me Days' gameplay aged better than 0.2. Cap.
I mean,
No, that's not cap. And you want
You're
to know why
cap.
I say that, Jordan? You want to know why I say that, Jordan?
Is like it just wasn't optimized. That's the issue with it. Like if it
No,
ran better, the game ran better, like it'd be perfectly fine. But
Jordan,
the thing is
Half
literally
these games gameplay suck.
Jordan, let me explain something to you. So 358, while someone may argue that the mission structure and all that is not the best, and really it's not. The gameplay can be fun from time, especially if you know what you're doing with the panels. However, 0.2 is a handicapped version of Kingdom Hearts 3. And
But
because
Kingdom
of
Hearts 3 was not out yet.
Huh?
But Kingdom Hearts 3 was not out yet when it came out.
I'm saying it hasn't aged well because of Kingdom Hearts 3. I went back to 0.2 after playing Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, wow, this game actually freaking sucks.
So you think a watered down
Dang, bro,
Cage
y'all care
2,
about ad
you
revenue? What is
you
wrong with
you you think in a watered down, an extremely watered down Cage 2 is better than a slightly less good Cage 3? You remember, this is Cage 2 with a D-pad. You know, this is what we're talking about on handheld, which doesn't even have the same mechanics and a much more linear structure to gameplay than Cage 2. And you're going to say this is better than 0.2.
So wrong about that.
I have played Days multiple times. Anyways,
I'm wrong, bro.
no.
Days gameplay has amazing customization. It has a decent mission mode where you can play as other characters and just have fun. Okay. And
Hey. At the end of the day, half of these games are bad.
I mean, you're right. I'm about to just put everything in it sucks tier. But
but 0.2 is just straight up like like I said, it's a handicap version of 3.
And it is so much better, and it's still better than that stupid DS game. It's still better. Much better. But at the end of the day, we respect each other's opinions. I respect you, Noir. Even if your opinion isn't mine, I greatly respect you. I appreciate you.
You're both capping in very different ways.
I mean, you think Days combat is good, so you already capping off rip. So anyways, you can make a tier list, Dovax, by using this. Oh, did you? Oh, you could do that, and you can do !Discord, and it will send you a link to the. Oh, that is not how you spell Discord.
Definitely not.
!Discord. That will send you a link to my Discord server where you can join and send your tier list in the Kingdom Hearts text channel. That is what you can most certainly do. Dang, you guys started talking in the Cage chat and now the tier lists are so far back. But anyways, let's go ahead and rate the final game, Melody of Memory. I think Melody of Memory is in amazing tier. Primarily because as amazing as that story was, the new story, it was not long enough. I needed more. It wasn't even enough to where I felt satisfied with it. It was great, but it's like you watching a new Mandalorian episode and you realize the episode was only 15 minutes instead of the usual 30. What you saw in that 15 minutes was great, but the fact that that was it hurts. And I think that is the sole reason why it is not. The fact that it's an amazing tier over some other ones just goes to show you how impactful them 20 minutes can be. It shows and set up for the next phase of Kingdom Hearts. That is a lot. And as you guys have probably seen on my channel, I've already gotten numerous videos out of that. And the fact that I still have at least 5 to 6 more of stuff I haven't even talked about, and all the stuff we talk about in streams that haven't even become videos, you can get dozens of videos just out of the 20 minutes of game of new cutscenes we got in Melody of Memory. That's the fact. I played Melody of Memory. Square Enix was kind enough to sponsor this channel, and they sent me the game early, and I did stream through the entire game on stream. It was very, very good. Without spoiling, for those of you guys that haven't spoiled, even though we've already spoiled it in this stream so far, if we're just talking the tier list and you're here during this moment, without spoiling, the story of that game was very, very good. It set up for the next story, the next phase of Kingdom Hearts. It gave us a nice conclusion on what happened after Remind of Kingdom Hearts 3 and let us know where we need to go here. We have something to go on from the next arc now. All we knew was, save Sora. That's all we knew about after that.
Cast?
It didn't come out.
Okay. You ain't played Union Cross. You ain't played VCast. You know what it looks
I
like.
have played Union Cross. I played a ton of Union Cross. I've streamed it.
That. You don't actively play it. I'll put it that way.
So I still put enough hours into that.
It going suck. That game sucked. You gotta use your TV remote. Use that Comcast.
Bro. And honestly, even if we're just not talking about the story, even though you guys know me as an RPG guy, I primarily put story over everything else. I am the kind of person who goes into an RPG for its story. If the gameplay sucks, the story can make up for it for me personally. But even if the story is good, but if it's not good enough, that still won't matter in the end. It will not make the game great or even good if possible. Are you using the remix version or base games of KH? All of this list, I said it towards the beginning, but when I put games on this list, I'm talking about the definitive versions of these games. So when you see KH2 on here or KH1 or Birth by Sleep, these are all the final mix versions of the game. KH3D is actually Kingdom Hearts HD, Dream Drop Distance, etc. They are the most updated versions. I only use 2.8 because 0.2 doesn't have a logo on here for some reason, despite having its own logo. But that is how I feel. Yeah, the story was really, really short in Melody of Memory, Larry. I still think it made up for it by having great gameplay too. The gameplay of Melody of Memory is very fun. Arguably some of the most replayable in the entire franchise. Because you don't even have to be good at RPGs to be good at this game. You could have never played an RPG before and still get good at this game. There's a certain complexity that comes with action-oriented RPGs.
Now you have to be good at a harder franchise.
Now you have to be good at a harder game. But for some reason, some people still like that. And as you guys know, I do not play rhythm games. I think that was the first rhythm game I played. I think I might have I've played a rhythm game in Birth by Sleep.
First rhythm game I've owned.
Yeah, it's certainly the one. I never owned Rock Band or Guitar Hero, none of those. I never touched them.
No Dance Dance Revolution? Come on,
Nope.
bro.
No. Actually, I have sampled Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix before. I have sampled that. Never touched anything else. Never. But the fact that I was able to go into Melody of Memory and enjoy myself, have fun, feel the desire to challenge myself, even at points, I may have still, switched to, standard or, at some points, just because, again, I'm new to this genre, but it was still welcoming enough to where at the end of the day, I can still go and play any difficulty I wanted. Of course, you'll hit a roadblock depending on how well you play the stage, but by that point, you're increasingly becoming better at the game because of so much content. It's kind of forcing you to become better, whether you realize it or not. And at the end of the day, I feel that's wonderfully designed. And I feel in a way that's a way that it can even be similar to the other games. RPGs are known for training you to become better at the games without you even realizing it. Even if you play on easier difficulties, RPGs are still known for, despite them being easy, like on easy difficulties, you still learn the mechanics of the game and you end up learning how the game works regardless. And that's why I still feel like RPGs that don't have a difficulty setting, I feel are the best because they have the most balance and honestly just head straight gameplay out of all of them, because I truly don't believe that a game needs a difficulty meter. The difficulty should be catered to how a person plays. A person should be able to do their own custom difficulty depending on how they play the game. That is how I feel you can have a definitive difficulty setting in most games. And I feel games like Chrono Trigger does that very, very well. I don't think you need to artificially change the difficulty to make a game good or make a game bad. A person shouldn't feel like if they want to finish this game, they gotta play it on standard, they gotta play it on beginner because they just aren't good at games, despite could get better if they put more effort into it. But a person should be able to play however they want and still be able to learn the mechanics. That's why I feel, again, Chrono Trigger is always the game I'll use as an example for this. Chrono Trigger is very good at making you subtly start learning the mechanics of the game. It'll start showing you that this is how techs work. You get TP after every fight, and you'll start noticing in the menus when you're doing your attacks, there's a new move there, and you can try it, and you can see that I can only do this with these two people. Then you start realizing, okay, TP must give me points depending on who I'm fighting with. So if you switch out a party member, you'll get TP with different people. And if you don't get TP with, certain people, you can have a harder time going forward. But that's something that will naturally increase the difficulty as you progress without needing to even touch the difficulty setting of the game. And especially because there's no random encounters and everything, you actually come across the enemies in the game, you can kind of create your own difficulty by either choosing to run away from any fight you can, just simply avoiding them, and only fighting the required ones. That in itself will start changing how your stat increases are, thus naturally changing the game depending on how you want to do it. You can make the game as hard or as easy as you want just by playing it. And that's why I feel, in a way, I think if you're going to put difficulty in games like Melody of Memory has, make it accessible regardless. And I feel it does it very well. I never thought I would compare Melody of Memory with Chrono Trigger, but here we are. But maybe that was an excuse to talk about Chrono Trigger for the next 5 minutes. Maybe it was. But at the end of the day, play Chrono Trigger. It's better than all these games. But, excuse me. All right. I think I am going to end the stream. It is past midnight. I have streamed for way longer than I thought I would. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. I am very, very sorry. I don't like hard games. I play for enjoyment, not stress. That's just my opinion, though. I very much agree with you. I'm getting old, and I feel like normal setting is okay, at least for me. I play Zelda games. We don't put difficulties in our games. Well, technically, they have hero modes and master modes, but they're not necessarily just harder. They also have completely redesigned dungeons and stuff. But, excuse me. In the Remind cutscene where Yozora meets Sora, why does Yozora ask Sora why is he using Sora's name? As if he's not the Sora he knows. Yozora doesn't know Sora.
We have no idea.
We have little to no idea why he would say the things he has because we don't know who Yozora is. We don't know what he's been through. We don't know what his intentions are. At the end of the day, all we have is basically just the words he physically says. And at the end of the day, he didn't explain anything to us. So how could we know? At the end of the day, you being confused about that makes sense. That's 100% what they intend you to feel right now.
And something from what he said, it was so ambiguous that we were just unable to tell.
100%. Good night, dude. Are you streaming the Game Awards? I am streaming the Game Awards. We are actually a official co-streamer of the event. The Game Awards did end up sending us all the cool little stuff you need to use for the stream, or you can use for the stream. I am very much looking forward to doing that. So you'll see me with the official co-stream layout using that, so it will look very different. The stream is already scheduled. I highly recommend, if you want to be there, check out this link right here. That is a link to the stream. It is scheduled and ready to go for tomorrow. The Game Awards, we might be seeing Final Fantasy 16. We might be seeing Neo the World Ends With You. Who knows what we might see? We might see Sora. Project Athia. We might see Sora in Smash. You never know. I'm just saying, a Square Enix fan has every reason to be there, even a Kingdom Hearts fan. But with that, I'm gonna get up out of here. Make sure y'all check out the people on the stream. What up?
Jordan. Well, one last thing before you end the stream. I wanted to ask you in chat. I want you to rate this pizza. Okay. This pizza is really good. It is a thick crust cheese pizza with bacon and pineapple and spicy buffalo sauce on it.
that's disgusting. It sounds like you want to either sit on the toilet for an hour or you really just hate yourself.
Sounds like
Please, I eat Taco Bell breakfast on a regular basis. I don't sit on the toilet
why you put pineapple on your pizza?
because
Why did you put buffalo sauce and pineapple on your pizza? Like,
Because they
I
go
don't
well
care.
together.
Buffalo sauce is fine. Buffalo sauce with pineapple? Why?
Yeah, my thing is,
Go
I don't
well
care if you
together.
I don't care if you like buffalo sauce. I don't care if you like pineapple on your pizza. But the fact that you put pineapple and buffalo sauce on the same pizza sounds like you want to throw up. Sorry, I should have said trigger warning. I said the word throw up. I said it a second time. I'm sorry. We're ending off on a nasty note.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Good night, everyone.